Devil in a red dress. Call 911, I'm a killer. You know I hate to confess. Bang, bang, got my hand on the trigger. The devil in a red dress. Call 911, I'm a killer. You know I hate to confess. Bang, bang, got my hand. Call
What's up? What's up? How is everybody doing? Welcome to RossonARI TV. We are live today. We're going to be talking about Milan Atalanta, tomorrow's game of the Coppa Italia. Then there is some transfer market news that we want to cover, and then any other topics. And just maybe, guys, I'm thinking that I might open up the lines for debate later on. And only people that disagree can come and join and debate for 10 minutes. So we might be doing that a little bit later on. But Light should be joining us soon as well. So we're going to wait for that. And of course, the first thing we're going to talk about today is going to be Empoli Milan. What's up, Joel? Forza Milan, Forza Jerry, the only one, Jerry Cardinale. He is the reason why things are amazing. He is the number one AC Milan fan, the man, the myth, the legend, Forza Jerry Cardinale. All right, let's start with my quick review on Milan, on Empoli versus Milan, which we didn't get to talk about because that game for me was at 3:30 a.m. in the morning. So since it's 3:30 a.m. in the morning, I can't do watch-alongs. I can't be loud and fucking going crazy at 3:30 a.m. in the morning. So we didn't get to do watch-along. We didn't get to do a post-match. But I did see the game. I did see the game with one eye closed and one eye open because I was quite tired. Where I did stay up to watch that game, but I admit I was quite tired. So every once in a while I snoozed off. But overall, I thought it was a good game. I thought that Milan had a good first half. I think that winning against Empoli is the minimum. We are Milan. No matter if we are a shitty Milan, if we're a good Milan, if we're a mediocre Milan, we have to always beat Empoli and the teams that are in the relegation zone, which always seems to be a problem for some reason. Every time we freaking face a team in the relegation zone, it's always like, yeah, this is going to be easy. This is going to easy day at the office, but many times it turns out to be a disaster. So I'm glad that this time is not part of that, right? This time we actually got there. We didn't get scored on, so defense was tight, was solid, and we scored 3 goals and we got away with the 3 points. Easy game. I don't think we had any injuries, so that's good news. Correct me if I'm wrong if we did, but I don't think we did. The best story of that game was that Shaka Torres scored his second goal in a row for AC Milan. That is good. That is what we want to see. We want to see the youngsters develop. We want to see the future of AC Milan show what they're made of right now. Florenzi got injured. Thank you for reminding me, Joel. Thank you very much for reminding me. And Omari, what's up? What's up, Omari? What's up, Hisham? How you guys doing? Thank you for reminding me. Yes, Florenzi got injured and Jimenez came in. Right, Jimenez had that mazy run. What didn't Jimenez have that mazy run where he took on every single player in the world and did a coast to coast? Yeah, okay, that's right. So Florenzi got injured. I did read that it's not a serious injury, so that's not a problem. But we won. It's 3 points. 3 points against a team that is probably going to be relegated. It's the minimum, right? It's literally the minimum. So this is what we expect from Milan, and it is what it is. So now we are going to start the season all over again. The second half of the season starts. Third quarter starts on Saturday against Roma. Third quarter and fourth quarter are the 2 quarters that worry me the most. I hope I'm wrong about this. I really do. I hope I'm wrong about my predictions regarding the third quarter and the fourth quarter. I predicted that Milan will have most of its bad moments in the somewhere in between the third and the fourth quarter of the season. So now we're entering the third quarter. You got to say that Milan is entering the third quarter on a positive note, winning against Cagliari as 4-0, then winning against Empoli 4-0. So these are 2 good results. But again, these are 2 small teams. Let's not get that mixed up. These are 2 small teams that are fighting to stay in the Serie A. These are 2 teams that next year might be in Serie B. So also, let's not get too excited. Let's not act as if we won the Champions League or anything here. But we did have 2 good wins. The good thing that I like about these two wins was that there were a lot of youngsters involved. The youngsters were the main attraction. The youngsters got the headlines, and that is very good. So my dislike for this ownership can be mitigated with the growth of the Primavera kids. Now, hopefully those Primavera kids can actually be part of the team, stay in the team, and eventually become the team. And actually, that is something that we will be discussing today because there is movement on the market regarding the kids as well. So we got to discuss that. Okay, so let's go to chat. Let's see what you guys are saying, and then we'll move on to the next topic. Forza Salamakers, that's right, the one and only. He got an assist. Shaka Traore, good backup for Leao. Why did we sign injury-prone Okafor? Yeah, man. I mean, I think Shaka Traore is good enough to be Leao's backup. He's 19, guys. Shaka Traore is 19. He's not 16. We were talking about him being 16 years ago, but now he's 19. I mean, 19 is literally that age where you need to make that transition. not necessarily to become a first team player, but to be part of the first squad and actually get some minutes and actually get a taste of the grass of San Siro more often than not. So I kind of agree with this. I do agree with this. Shaka Toure has been looking good. 2 games, 2 goals. You can't deny that. Theo had a good game at center back. Very mature performance. Yeah, very true. Theo has been having some decent games as a center back. I mean, we already noticed that his defensive skills were getting better. But also, let's see if well, okay, here it is. Let's see how he does against Lukaku and Dybala, because that's coming up on Saturday. I believe it's this upcoming Saturday or next Saturday, but the next Serie A game is against Roma. And I don't know if we're going to have defenders. I don't know who the central back pairing is going to be, but if it is going to be Theo Hernandez, now this is the real test here, because he's literally on Lukaku's side. Lukaku plays on the left, so on the left center of attack, while Dybala is roams right, mostly to the right, but you see Lukaku mostly on the left side of that center attack. So it's literally going to be Theo Hernandez versus Lukaku. That is one of the most difficult tests for a center back you can have in Serie A right now. So there you go. It's going to be a big test for Theo Hernandez. We'll see if he can manage Mr. Lukaku's strength. Laertinho.
Yo,
What's up, my man? How you doing?
I'm good. I mean, I've been extremely sick last
Oh no.
2 days.
Why? What's going on, bro?
Oh no, man! I think it's a COVID.
You got COVID? High five,
Yeah.
brother. High five.
I think I got COVID, and because the other years I had the vaccine, so I didn't get a lot of major symptoms. This time I got it really rough.
The COVID vaccine has extinguished essentially, so now you're feeling the full front of it.
No, because basically every winter the last 2 years I always got the vaccine for a reason or another. And this year I was like, fine, I don't need it. It's not mandatory, so I'm not having it. And fuck it, probably I should have got one.
Yeah, man. Hey, listen, your immune system is going to figure out how to fight it. So now your immune system is going to, become stronger, and it's going to figure
Yeah.
out basically natural immune system strengthening. So
To be fair, just not to go too long with this, we used to be more outside dealing with these things without any vaccine or things like that, and probably my body is kind of a more weak than usual, so in a normal environment probably will handle it better. But it was, I say the first day was really bad. Now after 2 days is pretty good, and normal, nothing, normal medicines, nothing crazy.
how many times have you had COVID?
Oh, basically every year, at least twice. The previous years were just mild symptoms, pretty chill.
Mm. Yeah, I think I've had it like a million times, and I know I've had it for real, like at least 4 times. But the first time was insanely strong, and
Yeah,
then every time it just got milder and milder. So
yeah.
it
So
is what it is. It is.
anyway, sometimes it just combines with a lot of things. It's not just COVID.
Yeah. Sometimes just knowing that Gianni Cardinale is the owner of Milan makes you sick.
Oh yeah. Oh
I
man,
I totally get it.
that made me more sick. I thought, oh shit, I'm gonna die with this Milan.
I need a vaccine for that. That's what I
Ah,
need.
man,
I need a
wish,
vaccine.
I wish we had a vaccine from that.
Anyway, let's see. I was reading chat. What were we talking about? I literally forgot what we were talking about. Let's see. Okay, I was reading chat. Let's go to chat and then let's talk a little bit about the game tomorrow.
Yeah.
Forza Milan, Rafik, how you doing? Next 4 matches will be interesting. That will paint a picture about our consistency. Yep. If we go deep in UEL, third quarter will be a pain in the ass. True, we all agree on that. Chaka is 19, guys. Relax. Hello, guys. Oh, Laird, actually, why don't you tell me about Empoli Milan? Do you have any thoughts about Empoli Milan?
So I watched the game until minute 70. After that, I just fell asleep because I was on a lot of drugs or medicines.
Lucky you.
Yeah, no, there was not like proper drugs.
Ah, okay, 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 okay.
Sorry, it was like ibuprofen and paracetamol, but in high dosage. So I lost
Right.
completely my sense. I fell asleep. So I didn't see the third goal, but I was really happy when I saw his name on the score sheet. The game was a typical Serie A game, managed pretty well, zero risk. I would say almost zero risk. Empoli was really poor, as I knew at the beginning of the season. Um, yeah, great performance. I think Leao played well. That was a great. He gave a great assist to Ruben Loftus-Cheek. So it was a good game. That's what you have to do with this type of games. Just get the 3 points, play solid football, and move on. So it was pretty good. Giroud scored a goal. Like I think it was the second one.
Yeah, penalty.
The penalty was a bit soft. I'll be honest.
I didn't see the penalty, but I saw the goal. I didn't
Yeah, I
actually
mean,
see that. Because me too, Laird. It was 3:30 a.m. for me, so I was dozing in and out of sleep, and I missed the penalty foul.
yeah, it was a soft penalty, but hey, this is the way they give penalties nowadays with VAR. So we'll take it. We move forward. Even without a penalty, we would have won that game anyway. So it's I'll say normal. That's the Milan you get when you have like a proper rest, proper rotation. You get the results. You get the win.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah.
Okay, so overall, good 3 points. 3 points. Against Empoli, there is no other result but 3 points. Okay, if Okafor was not injured, he was playing over Leao now. Ernesto says.
No,
You don't think so, huh?
no, I don't think so because Leao gives you something that Okafor cannot give you. They give you that physicality that Okafor doesn't have. It. As much as Leao can have a bad game, the way he runs, the sprints he does, just puts the opposition in a difficult position to deal with.
Yeah, yeah.
And you don't bench your best player because he's having a bad period. You
And the
don't.
thing, yeah, and the thing about players like Leao, they can have a really shitty game, but all you need is literally 5 seconds of him doing what he can do that other people can't do, and that will change the game. So when you have players like that, you have to play them, even if they're playing like shit, because they can turn around a game in any second. So
Yeah, yeah, that's a great point. And we've seen Leao having bad games, but have that 30 seconds of brilliance and deciding the game.
yeah, yeah,
So he's that type of player in a lot of games. So you don't bench him because he's having a bad period.
yeah.
But
Agreed.
probably he would have rest maybe one game. That for sure. Sometimes you just rest the player, but not like completely bench him to give a chance to work a four.
Right, right. Yeah. Andrew says, good game. Only wondered why not let Jovic get some minutes to keep him on fire. Well, I think the answer is very simple. Jovic is starting for tomorrow, and I think that's what Pioli had in mind. He probably had in mind, I'm going to start Jovic playing probably 90 minutes or the majority of the game, so that's why he didn't play him against Empoli. I'm assuming that's what Pioli was thinking, right?
Yeah, yeah. And Pioli needs to keep everyone motivated. So he cannot just bench Giroud and play Jovic. It's a fine balance. Everyone needs to play. Plus, Jovic is not a perfect machine. He gets injured quite often. So if you play him a lot, he can get injured. So
Yeah.
it's slow. Has to be slow.
Yeah, yeah, and a difficult game for tomorrow for Jovic. Is playing again. It's going to be a tough game. We're going to get to that in a minute. Tomorrow's game. Remember, Teo, when he first got here, he couldn't even back pass safely, and now he's playing center back. Well, yeah, Teo Hernandez tomorrow and Saturday, big test because tomorrow he's playing against Atalanta. Atalanta is a much more skillful team than the teams he's played against so far, at least in Serie A, and then Roma. Lukaku Theo, that is going to be very interesting. How do you see Theo do against these more difficult teams in Serie A?
Um, Hard to say because the center back position is a lot about concentration and positioning yourself in the pitch in a clever way. So reading the game, that is your main quality. So let's see, let's see. I think he will struggle a bit more against Atalanta,
Yeah,
uh, because it's kind of a more fluid as a team. Atalanta, you don't have a big guy as a striker, and everyone else they all move around. So that's difficult for a centre back to position yourself if you don't have like a striker to relay. You know, with
right.
Roma, he will have Lukaku, Dybala, so that will be a different issue. But at least he will know where to look for and what positions to cover.
Yeah, it's going to be Lukaku. It's going to be Lukaku. Is going to be he's going to be man marking Lukaku pretty much.
Yeah,
But you're right with Atalanta. Atalanta is more about that fluid game. It's going to be a lot of different players, movement, a lot of passing. So yeah, no, those are definitely good points. Paul, hey, what's up, Aziz? How you doing, man? Paul says Jovic uno di noi. Paul yesterday told me that if we win the Coppa Italia, Jerry Cardinale is the best owner that this Milan has ever had. His words, not mine. So there you go, Lard. Crazy stuff, crazy stuff.
yeah, sure, Paul.
Roy, did you hear about Dragusin? Milan wants him, but it is impossible because Bayern Spurs are in front of us. Yeah, listen, when I think about Dragusin, for
Is he good?
me, well, look, for me, the first thing that I think about is Juve. Is like, how the hell is Juve building all of these players? Like, all it's like Juve is like a factory for Serie A players. Um, so that's really what came to mind. Now I haven't really seen much of him. They're saying that he's doing really good. His stats are really good, but it seems like Tottenham has already gotten him, so he's moving to Tottenham. There was a rumor that Milan tried to get him, and they tried to put Colombo in the deal, but it looks like Tottenham eventually got him in the end. At least that's what they're reporting. I don't know if, but I've also read that Bayern was in the deal, but last that I read that it's pretty much a done deal. Tottenham is going to get him. But yeah, the first thing that came to mind is like, how the fuck does Juve build all of these Serie A players, like one after the other? Like, whatever they're doing is pretty good. I don't know. Do you know this guy, Larry?
No, I don't know. I don't know him, but I can kind of try to explain or assume why Juventus has such a good scouting when it's about that young age, the Primavera level. Um, Speculation, by the way, just my intuition. The region when Juventus is Piemonte, so basically they don't have any competition. They are the biggest club, so they have first pick on all the biggest talent of that region and around. Plus, they are the biggest team in Italy, and the richest one. So they usually, even if they don't have the first pick on talents outside that region, they can still kind of attract kids and convince their family to go and play for Juventus. On the other side, Milan has to compete with Inter, Brescia, Atalanta, uh, Monza, and a lot of other academies. So they kind of don't attract talent the way other teams do. It's a bit like what Roma and Lazio have in their region or Napoli in the south. So that's why Juventus managed to get a lot of talent because they are the only one in that region that has the appeal to get the best players to work to play for them.
No, actually, that's a great point. Yeah, absolutely. Milan has to compete with Inter, with Atalanta, with Brescia, Monza. Those are all Serie A, Brescia Serie B, but those are all big academies. I mean, Juventus really only has Torino there, and of course, for the most part, Juventus being way richer and way more appealing for players is definitely going to always win that duel. Yeah, no, I think that's definitely part of it for sure. For sure,
And
that's definitely part of it.
by the way, those 5 academies I mentioned to you in Lombardy, they are literally 1 hour far from each other. So literally for a kid going to play for the Primavera, Brescia, Milan, Inter, Atalanta, or Monza, there is no difference in terms of going to training, going to school. So the logistic doesn't change at all, more or less. And Juventus actually can go in that region and get some players as well because it's not far away from that. So even Juventus can steal you talent.
Yeah, and also to be noted that Inter and well, Milan, Inter, but all, in particular Inter and Atalanta, especially Atalanta, those are two of the best
Yeah.
academies in Italy, especially Atalanta, who was renowned, world renowned, to be a super top level academy in general in Italy. So no, these are definitely good points. In the regional Lombardy, Milan has much more competition, and also Milan just has never really had this big interest in developing players. Even under the Berlusconi era, it was all about buying already made players and not necessarily developing them. So yeah, no, these are definitely good points. What happens more often, Larry? Getting COVID or AFCON?
I don't know, man. Looks like almost the same, man. Every year, after and COVID.
That's hilarious. Um, Lart overdose mid game. Ciccio Caputo, Baschirotto, Kevin Lasagna. That's my genuine mercato. Paul loves those Italians. Okay, listen, let's talk a little bit about Atalanta first, and then we'll go to more of these comments. I see some other questions like this one here. Roy, opinion about Papovich. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but let's talk about Milan Atalanta happening tomorrow at the San Siro. It should be a fun game. It is the Mickey Mouse Cup. But it is going to be a pretty competitive game. According to what the reports are saying, Milan is putting up a pretty competitive team. Let me see if I can find the probable formations. I kind of know them by heart. I will find it, but I'll just tell you right now. It is Mike Magic Maignan in goal. So it is not going to be Mirante this time. It's going to be Mike Maignan. In defense, we got Jimenez starting on the left, Teo Hernandez center back, Gabbia center back, and Calabria on the right. Um, Probably our best defense right now based on the injuries. And in the middle, I remember seeing Musa, Reindeers, and Loftus Cheek. And up top, I think, Pulisic, Jovic, Leao. So pretty competitive team, according to what our roster can offer. Milan, that team tells you that Milan is not looking at this game like the Cagliari game. Like this is not, okay, we're going to play the Primavera kids. No, we're going to play the more experienced players because we actually want to win this game. What does this formation tell you, Larry?
Well, clearly against Cagliari, we had a lot of injuries and there was a lot of games near to each other. So I think they said in a press that is not our priority that game, so we will put some Primavera. Now that we have more players coming back, I think we're realizing that it's worth it to put a better team. Plus, Atalanta is a better team than Cagliari, so it says that we're giving a shot to the cup, and it makes sense. I'll say. I don't know. I mean, I will still play a few Primavera players, to be honest, especially because we still have some injuries. But I don't know. It's it's weird because it's not an important competition. So play some Primavera, see what you can do. You should stop taking it seriously when you go to the semifinals, in my opinion.
Yeah, I've heard other people say that. Well, Nathan, of course, is one that is always advocating for the youngsters to play. So do you think that Milan should be like, you know what, this Simic should be playing, Zeroli should be playing, Bartesaghi should be playing, even give a chance to Camarda at a certain point, Jimenez and these guys. Like at the end of the day, the Coppa Italia is gonna take away energy that we need in the Serie A. The Serie A is just much more important, much more important.
And
So
I
that's
want
the
to
way
add,
you feel about it.
I want to add something else. I don't know. Is Chukwueze available? Is he injured?
No, Chukwueze is at AFCON.
Oh yeah, he's an AFCON. Sorry. So that's as well. That's a bigger problem. So we have players that are on AFCON, And Reinders, I think Pulisic, these are key players for us. These are our starters in Serie A. So I will see them probably resting on games like this, knowing the history, especially of Pulisic, that he can get injured if he plays too much. So I will play instead of Pulisic. I will play player like Romero. So I'm not saying to go full Primavera, but at least few of them. So one like can be Romero, um, Teo Hernandez. I think Simic and Gabbia can be a bit too much together. So I can understand Teo Hernandez being there. And that would be a good game for Gabbia to kind of connect with the boys. But Calabria can rest probably, in my opinion. So you can play Jimenez on the right and Bartesaghi on the left. But I think Bartesaghi is going on loan. So I don't know, but you can do something. I think the midfield, maybe you can rest Reinders, play somebody else. I don't know. I guess Pioli wants to try this one.
Yeah, I think by seeing this formation, it seems to me like they want to. They're ambitious. You know, they're looking at the Coppa Italia. This is the level of Jerry, by the way. This is the level of Jerry, so it makes sense that they are going after the Coppa Italia.
Yeah.
But you brought up a good point there, and I want to put a poll in the chat because you brought up a really good point. Is the Coppa Italia a tournament, this stage of the Coppa Italia, a tournament worth risking injuries for, let's say, key players? So I'm going to put that poll. I'm curious to what the people in chat think about that. So give me a second while I'm going to put that poll up, because that was actually a great point. So Pulisic, for example, you don't want to lose Pulisic in the Coppa Italia, or maybe you do. Maybe you think that the Coppa Italia is important, and you do. So let me put up a poll, guys. Let me see what you guys think.
Yeah, I honestly think players like Pulisic and Ruben Loftus-Cheek, they should rest on a game like this. I think the Roma game is more important than this one. And correct me if I'm wrong. This is a two-leg game, yeah.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
So it's one-leg game, probably.
I think it is one leg game. Yeah.
Okay, I think just the semi-final is two-leg game. But anyway, probably I will still not risk this type of players. Ruben Loftus-Cheek and Pulisic, I will easily play somebody else on those positions.
Got you. Yeah. No, that is a good point. I didn't really think about that, but that is a good point. So I put in the poll, guys. Is the Coppa Italia in this stage worth risking first team players? Vote, and while you're voting, click the like button too, guys. Don't forget to click the like button. That helps as well. But yeah, I'm really curious to know what you guys think. And if a majority of you think no, that means that a majority think that more Primavera players should play. Okay, last thing though about this topic. Let's say that if you do play the Primavera players, and Atalanta comes in and they have a big game, they beat you convincingly with the Primavera players on the pitch, isn't that kind of putting at risk the reputation of these Primavera players? Or do you see that? I mean, I don't know. You would probably see that it's still a good experience for the Primavera players. But what does this do for the Primavera players if they do lose badly against a team like Atalanta that is probably trying to win this competition?
So if internally you as a club have a clear idea that you don't care about the Coppa Italia, which is weird to say internally, because I guess they are like, oh, we have to win every trophy we play for. So it's weird to say. But you need to be honest, you cannot prioritize every trophy at the same level. So if you internally are fine with that, you understand that Coppa Italia, it is important, but it's not a priority. And maybe it's a bigger priority for you to allow Romero and Chaka Traore, for example, to grow and to get a decent level, so they can be a first team player. You should go for that. You should allow them to grow. The way you're doing it with Jimenez, I think they are doing Jimenez, they are playing Jimenez because they have no choice. If they had a small choice, probably he will not play as well. And because they have a choice, Pulisic and Ruben, they are there. They are not even trying. And probably there's Adli available. I will, I will still go give a bit of a chance because at the end of the day, if you play Romero and Chaka, so let's say Rafa on the left, Chaka Traore on the right, and Romero as a number 10, in my opinion, that is still a competitive team. That is still a good team that can go and win or keep a good 45 minutes against Atalanta. That is my opinion. That should be a good team to handle Atalanta.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so I found the Atalanta's probable formation, and it looks like they're going with their top guns here. So Atalanta is going to be playing with Musso, Scalvini, Jim City, Kolasinac. I don't know how to say that name, but I know Scalvini and Jim City are the starters. I don't know if Toloi is injured or what. The midfield seems to be pretty much the starting midfield. Zappacosta, Coop Mainers, Palicic, Darun, Holm. They're saying that CDK might have some injury problems, so he might not be available. Up top, Scamacca, Muriel. So this looks like a team that wants to win. This is not, hey, let's play the Primavera kids because we want to give them a chance. This is like, yo, we need to win this game because obviously this is the competition that we can win. So they're going to go all in.
And I wanna add something, bro.
Yeah.
So I assume that minute 60 you're not winning this game. You're 0-0. You're bringing kids in to try and win it, or at least to go on penalties. So the thinking is it makes zero sense to me, even on the opposite way. So that's if you're doing 0-0 with Chaka and Romero starting, at least you bring Pulisic, you bring Ruben, you bring some substance to try and win it and go to penalties maybe or something like that. I don't think we have a strong enough team to go and win it in the 60 minutes. So you're opening problem for yourself. This team can go 120 minutes and your best players probably will play 90, 95, 110 minutes. What are you going to do Sunday against Roma? If these guys get injured, what's going to happen? I think it's a crazy idea to play your best starting 11, relatively best,
Yeah.
on this game.
Well, yeah, let's see how it turns out. Let's hope that nobody gets injured. Let's hope that, honestly, whether we lose or not, I don't care, to be honest with you. I never really cared about this competition ever. You know what? We were talking about this competition the other day because Paul was saying that this competition is like as big as the Champions League. And if we win it, it's like Jerry Cardinale is like Berlusconi 2.0. But aside that, like I remember last time we won this competition, I remember when the celebrations of this competition, I remember Ambrosini lifting up the cup. Like nobody, they were like, no, they weren't even jumping. It was like, yay, nice. Okay. It was like winning the Trofeo Berlusconi, pretty much. It was really like winning the Trofeo Berlusconi. It's just that Milan has never really found big appeal in this competition. Milan has always been hungrier for the bigger competitions, for the Champions League. Milan is always a team that in its DNA has always been in search for the top, the apex, the pinnacle, being number one in the world. Coppa Italia, from a monetary standpoint, doesn't give you anything. Sporting wise, it just guarantees you go in the EL. It doesn't even guarantee you go in the Champions League. So really, the incentives to win this competition are low to start with. So honestly, I don't care if we lose or not tomorrow. For me, it's if we win, I'll be happy. Yeah, great. It's a good win. Good for the team. If we lose, I'm happy because now we don't need to worry about the Coppa Italia and we can rest players.
So I agree with you, man. Let's say we lose tomorrow and Sunday we win against Roma and Atalanta loses. That is a bigger trophy than the Coppa Italia. Because you get 3 points more than Atalanta for the top 4 and 3 points more than Roma for the top 4. Which is a bigger thing than actually us beating Atalanta on a Coppa Italia game and playing a semi-final in Coppa Italia. So that's why I don't want these players to get injured or get some problems out of this game.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, we're definitely on the same page there. Okay. Yes, tomorrow reindeer's the victim. One of two things can happen. It can fuel them, or they could just completely disappear. This is regarding the Primavera players. Romero is going to Como. Well, the rumors are it's not official, but that's what the rumors are suggesting. Buongiorno, my friend Emanuele. Same goes for Roma. Light. They play Lazio. Lazio. Yeah, for them, for Roma is different. For Roma and Lazio, this competition is different. They're probably going to play to win it. Emanuele says, con 4 million, with 4 million, Maldini bought Pippa Traoré. Furlani, phenomenal Furmali, got Terracciano. So Emanuele is a guy that thinks that Furlani is a genius of football, and he thinks that Maldini is the biggest dumbass that has ever existed. Emanuele is a really weird character, but whatever. How you doing, Emanuele? How's it going? Lart, any opinions on Terracciano? Have you seen anything from him? Any
Well, really happy we got him. 2 months ago, I was told that there was not good players in Serie A. That's why Milan was not buying them from expert journalists. Martino that was explaining us that Milan is not getting Italian players, but they're not because they're not good enough. Now we're getting them.
Yeah,
Weird enough. So I guess they became good in 2 months' time.
right.
It's not because the law changed, no, just they became good.
Yeah, now buying Italians or not buying Italians is exactly the same. So there's
Exactly.
no
Now they're good. Actually, we're buying them. We're linked with them.
right.
Weirdly enough. But no one is gonna come here and say, you know what? Actually, you were right, lad. Roy, you were right when you were saying that we're not getting Italian players, not because they are not good, but because the law is forcing us to get cheaper solutions. And maybe Maldini had 5 or 6 Italian players in the book, but they forced him to get uh, Balotelli for 4 million.
Yeah.
But Emma is not gonna say that because his brain doesn't go so far. He's still
I mean, we wanted to. I know, like Maldini wanted to get Chiesa, he wanted to get Berardi, he wanted to get Baldanzi, he wanted to get other interesting players. It's just like that growth decree really, especially for Milan, who is a team that is more interested in deals rather than players, because Milan, the purpose of the ownership of Milan is not to build a team to win trophies in order to get prestige from it, but it is to build a team and to keep the costs at a certain level in order to make a profit. They didn't buy okay, they didn't buy Milan to use it politically to win the Champions League, to say, look how great we are, blah blah blah. Kind of like how all these other ownerships do. They bought Milan for a completely different reason. So that growth decree really puts Italian players as at a disadvantage when it comes to Milan, because they're looking at the Italian players and say, okay, they cost more, so I'm not even going to think about them. I'm just going to go to players outside of Italy. And it's not even Italian players; it's players that are in Italy, players that do not qualify for the growth decree. That's why they barely bought in the Serie A in as long
yeah.
as yeah.
Going back to Terracciano, I think he's a good player. I'm not
Yeah.
expecting him to be amazing the first year, uh, but I think he's gonna be a valuable player for Milan.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. No,
he's
me too.
he's young. He's under 21, Italian. Uh, he knows what does it mean to play for Milan, and hopefully he integrates well and doesn't shit the bed, because playing for Milan is different than playing for other teams. But I'm really happy that we're starting to get linked with Serie A players, because there's a misconception here. Italian players, no, Serie A players. Doesn't matter their nationality.
Exactly.
Serie A players, um, players that can handle and they're proven in Serie A, which is important.
Yeah.
And so, again, you were right, Roy. We were not buying Serie A players because the decree, not because there was not good Serie A players.
Yeah. Yeah. It is very clear.
Is
Very
clear now. It's proven. Before the decree gets cancelled, we are linked with 6, 7 foreigner players outside Serie A.
Right.
The moment the decree get cancelled, we're only linked with Serie A players.
Yeah, that's right. Then we're linked to Dragusin,
Yeah.
Buongiorno, Ngong from Verona. It's all Serie A players all of a sudden. Wow. All of a sudden, the Serie A has opened its doors and the market in the Serie A is open. Yeah,
So
of course, it was a correlation to the growth degree, of course.
exactly. And now my intuition tells me that now Moncada has a easier job because now he can actually pick the best option, not the cheapest one.
Exactly. Yes, exactly. Exactly. And that is going to be better for Milan. It is going
Yes.
to be better for Milan. Like Inter never used this growth degree. Like I was doing some research the other day, and I was looking to see what the deal is with Inter's ownership. Like when they bought Milan, they didn't buy Milan to make a profit. That company that bought Milan, Inter, Sunning,
Yeah.
has a revenue of 20 billion a year. Redbird's assets come up to 7 billion. Redbird's asset are a quarter of the revenue that Sunning makes every year. So the difference is monumental. Sunning does not need Inter to make money. Now, of course, after COVID, they had some of these regulations that happened and they couldn't send out money anymore. So the club has economic issues. But that's the difference. It's a philosophical difference. It's like they didn't buy Inter to pay their bills or to sell it for a profit. They bought Inter actually in conjunction with the government pushing them because China wants to do a World Cup and China wants to get more involved in sports. So it's like the Qataris and like the Saudis. These guys are not buying clubs to make money. They're buying clubs for political reasons or for prestige. And this is why they're obsessed with building teams that to win trophies, while we are obsessed to build a team to eventually make money. So it's a very different concept. It's annoying. I really want our ownership to change. It is what it is. I
It
can't
will
wait for it to
change.
change.
It will change. It will change.
Okay, so let's anything else about Atalanta Laird, you want to add for tomorrow's game?
No, I hope the game finish on the 90 minutes, whatever is the result. I don't want to go on penalties. I think 120 minutes would be really damaging for us. I really want to win Sunday against Roma. I don't care tomorrow's game.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay, so let's talk about signing number 2 of the winter transfer market, Papovich. Now, all I know is that I saw this guy's highlights. We'll actually do this again. We'll look at some highlights of his, so maybe we can have a good assessment of what he's like. We can do it here in real time. But guys, don't forget to vote on in the poll, and also don't forget to like the stream. If you want Milan to win the Scudetto, you must like the stream because I'm told that that's what's going to happen. But anyway, let's talk about Papovich. Papovich is a Serbian player, young player. He what I've seen from him is that he's one of these overgrown players, right? He's 17, but he looks like he's 31, just in stature, not in the face, just in stature. And the issue that I had with the highlights that I had seen back then was that he was playing in a super low level league. So it's very difficult to really assess how he would do in the Serie A, Primavera, etc., etc. But one of the things about Papovich that is interesting, Man City was after him. And at a certain point, Man City was winning this race for Papovich. And I think most of us, including me, thought, okay, well, it's over now. He's going to be a Man City player. But lo and behold, AC Milan beats Man City to the signing of this young talent, Papovich. So, do you know anything about him, Light?
No, it's 17, yeah.
Yeah. La storia di Papovich. Okay.
Is
So
he
let's
playing? Is he playing with the first team or is playing with academies?
the highlights I saw was all academies. It was
Okay.
all academies. It was all academies. So I'm assuming that this signing is for the Primavera. It's not for
Yeah, yeah. At least for the next 6 months to a year, is gonna be playing in Primavera.
Yeah, and also there is these rumors around regarding Lazetic going out. So maybe he is supposed to be the replacement. I don't know for Lazetic. Um, I don't know, but okay. So I'm gonna pull up his highlights. We're gonna check his highlights.
I mean, I'm I'm not against an operation like this. You always need to bring new players to the Primavera.
Yeah, yeah,
In a certain way, you need to treat the Primavera a bit like the first team. You need to create competition with these homegrown players, bringing other good players from outside the league, and you never know. I mean, probably Camarda is not ready yet to do a full season with the Primavera. He needs to go with his uh, age down to play more games and score more goals. And Primavera needs another guy. So I'm not against things like that. I think it makes completely sense. And with youth, it's about numbers. So you try a lot of players until you get the right one. You're not
right.
gonna get the right one straight away. So you need to poach as many players as possible.
Yeah. So date of birth January 8th. Wow, tomorrow's his no. Yesterday was his birthday. Is today the 8th or the 9th? So
So he's
yesterday was
18 now.
so now he's 18. Turned 18 yesterday. Born 2006, the year that Cannavaro lift up the trophy, the year that Yaquinta and Pirlo scored against Ghana. That's right. That's right, Paul. Hey, his height 186 meters, so he's quite tall for 18-year-old. Attacking midfield position here. So let's see. Let's see. You tell me, Larry. What do you think? You give me your opinion, and in chat, guys, also see. You guys, let me know what you think of this player.
Really tall for an attacking midfield.
Yeah. True. You don't see many attacking midfielders of this height. It's usually defenders or strikers.
Yeah. And a left somebody is saying left wing as well. 10 and the left wing. Pretty long shot crossing. Speed 7 out of 10. Let's see.
This kid's highlights aren't great, not gonna lie. Management believes in him, so I'm hopeful he comes good.
There is a lot of factors in there as well. I don't know. It's hard to judge from highlights.
Yeah, of course.
Is
I
he
mean,
Serbian? Yeah, he's Serbian.
Serbian, right? So he's a non-EU, so he's going to be taking the last non-EU spot. That's what. Look at how tall he is.
He's the
But to
number
me,
8.
it's this guy on the ball right now. But to
Wow.
me, got Laird, when I see this highlights, this is like literally the same level that I go to. If I go to the park right now, play with adults, it's this level with random adults. To me, it's like look at how like this does not look like a high level league to me.
Wow. I mean, his youth is normal. He's much taller than any other kid of his age. That's
Yeah,
why
he's
it's much easier for him to do all the dribbling and stuff.
but in general, the intensity looks very low. In
I don't know,
general,
man. Is the camera angle and a lot of things as well.
he,
Um,
he's an he's an overgrown teenager, and I think that helps him a lot.
and
Um,
the filming is quite amateur level as well, so that's why.
yeah, I've seen this video already. But my opinion, this is just my opinion. I wasn't impressed. I wasn't impressed. But you tell me what you think if we can actually see this guy.
I like him. I think the fact that he's so tall, it's a big thing. It's important. I don't think he will. What position you cover in your youth level usually is not the same position you will cover as a pro. Let me explain this. I think growing up, he will be more like a midfielder than a, you know what I mean, like a regista, more like a quality midfielder than a number 10. I don't think he's gonna play as a number 10 with the grown-ups.
I think he did a mistake in sports. I think he should have become a basketball player. I mean,
He would be an NBA already.
I mean, the thing is this that I ask, like, okay, he's 18, he's 186. Like, how tall is he going to be when he's 27? How tall is
Oh,
he going to
he's Serbian, so I think he's gonna get another 6 centimeters. So he's gonna be like 190, Ibrahimovic type of height. So I think he's gonna be a good midfielder, like a Suchek or even Milinkovic Savic is a really tall attacking midfielder, which is an atypical attacking midfielder because being so tall, he has more like a creative midfielder type of ability, more than a number 10.
Well, also his height is probably going to help him with corner kicks and headers if he
Yeah,
does incursions in the box. So that's probably an extra weapon that usually attacking midfielders don't have, but he will have. Now, if you just look at his feet, he obviously is skillful because he's doing a lot of technical little dribbles, cuts.
and he's
I'm
16 probably on this footage, 16, 17.
Yeah, he's probably that age right there. I'm
Yeah.
just not impressed with the competition, but I think that if Milan and Man City think that this guy is good enough to play for those clubs, he is good. Like he's obviously has they know better than me for sure than us. So
I think one thing for sure, they've seen more than me and you. So
yeah.
they've seen more like a international competition between each other because these teams, they play domestic competition, but they play as well during the summer a lot of competition between each other.
Right.
So they
I,
go and play in England against other Premier League youth team. They go in United States. They go in Italy. So they've seen in different situations probably.
yeah, for sure. And no, that's a great point. Maybe it's this highlight reel that is just not good. Maybe
Yeah,
the
I think highlights are okay to get an idea, to understand what type of player, especially at this level, youth level. In uh, I'm not saying unknown because Serbia is unknown, but it's kind of a, there's no much eyes on Serbia in terms of talent, so it looks like a bit rough as filming as a league. But I think the scouting, who is scouting these kids, have more knowledge than us, and they have
yeah, of
more
course. Yeah.
data at least, and understand more what it does on the 90 minutes, how many balls it touches,
Right.
the way he scans the pitch.
All right. Okay. So I found another one that came out that was created yesterday, 9 hours ago. Okay, so this one came out 9 hours ago. So let's see if it's different. Let's see if it's
And
better.
sometimes when you see these players live, they impress you even more because their physicality, their ability, their pace, and you see them are way ahead than their age, and you kind of get impressed, and you start thinking as a scouting person, you start thinking, oh shit, imagine this guy when he develops muscles, when he actually plays with grown up. Imagine when he's 22 and he's fully formed as a physique in that midfield with that body, with that presence, what he can do. So it's more like on a vision of what he can be.
Right.
At the end
They're
of
they're
the day,
looking at this.
yeah,
They're
they're
looking at this
looking at all these things.
potentiality. Yeah. All
Now he's
right. So
193, man. Now he's taller.
so
I
the
told
guys.
you he's gonna be 193. I told you he's gonna get
Okay,
193.
but he grew. According to this, he grew 6 centimeters in what one year. Like
Yeah,
what is he going to be when he's 20, 27,
he's
28?
not gonna grow more than that. He
Is
cannot go more than that.
he might get to 2 meters? Like
No, no, because football doesn't allow you, man. It's not
you
like a
don't
sport that allows you to grow high,
you
unless he's
don't
a
think he's going to grow
goalkeeper.
more?
No, he's not gonna grow more. He's a lot, man. If he was
It's
playing basketball, he will end up 210, and he will be playing in NBA for sure.
yeah. All right, let's see these highlights. Let's see if these are any different. Let's just go straight to the highlights. Okay. That's the same.
I think it's the same. Now these are more.
Oh,
Yeah,
this
he's
is
good.
international.
I think he's good. I think it's a good deal for us.
It's gigantic.
I
Yeah, I
think it's
mean, let's see. Let's hope he turns out well. Let's hope it's not like a Lazetic kind of situation. Let's hope they actually. use him properly.
I mean, how much we pay for Lazetic? 5 million,
Yeah,
and he's on loan. Yeah,
he's on loan right now. Yeah.
that's fine. Whatever we sell him now is a profit.
This is going to be. This is yeah. Okay, okay. So I think we have an idea here. We have an idea of what kind of player is going to be. Anyway, it's going to be interesting. I'm curious to see how he develops. Obviously, I think we're going to it's going to be beneficial for the team that is competing in the youth Champions League because last year we got to the semi-final. This year the team is stronger than last year. This youth Champions League team was first in a group with PSG that has infinite resources and has pretty much control over all the best French up and coming talents, right? And AC Milan beat them. That's where Camarda scored that amazing goal. We beat Newcastle. We beat Borussia Dortmund that has this great youth development center. So it can only but help the youth team try and win the youth Champions League if it can get to the final. Last year we got to the semi-final with a younger team and a less prepared team. This year we're better, we're older, and who knows? Who knows? Maybe we can even win it. Who knows?
Yeah, and by the way, probably this guy is, I'm assuming, like top 5 of his age in his country. You know what I mean? As
Yeah,
a
if
talent.
Man City is after him and for sure, he
So
has to be one of them.
a country like Serbia, if you get the 3 best talents they have at that age, you will end up most of the time with a good player. At least they're not gonna get like an average player, because it's proven that their best talent or their best youth academy players, they become good professional players at the end of the day. Some of them become a Vlahovic or a Milinkovic Savic or a Mitrovic, really good. Others maybe become just professional, decent players. So it's not a bad deal. I see it as a good deal. Can just get better.
All right, awesome. Okay, so they were seen at the World Cup U18, U17. Is this highlight real? He was chosen as in the top 60 players born in 2006 to current. Okay, that's good stuff. That's good stuff. All right, let's move on. And let's go to other stories. I mean, right now, what's left is just the the rumors. So I don't know why Milan is linked to so many central defenders. We're linked to this central defender called Brescia. I don't know much about him. We're linked to Buongiorno, who is a defender that has gotten into the Italy national team system. He plays for Torino. I don't know. Why are we being linked to so many damn defenders? Like, once our defenders are back from injury, we're going to have an excess of defenders. Unless someone is leaving. Like, what's going on here?
Sorry for, if you go up with this website, there is a Maignan interview on the right. I think it's a GQ interview. Yeah, he wants to win with AC Milan. I think that is the first red flag that he's leaving this summer. I'm saying it honestly. That's what agents usually say. That's what agents usually do.
So let's see what he says. You have been among the best in Europe in recent seasons, but I don't feel like a spectacular goalkeeper. I try to do things in the simplest way. What is the best quality? The mentality, definitely. But his also great qualities are his feet, which are unusual, right, for goalkeepers, and his feline reflexes. What is your philosophy? My philosophy, also written on my gloves and boots, is foi, discipline, I don't know how to read that. Discipline, patience, and humility. What does travail mean?
Sorry?
What do you think travail means? Any French speakers in the chat?
I think working.
Working?
Travailler. Working, no?
Okay, so discipline, work, patience, and humility. It means, oh, here it is. It means faith, discipline, work, patience. Okay, it's right there. What secrets do you have for yourself? I have worked very hard to be where I am. So, yes, in a way, I expected to reach these levels, and I believe in hardly daily commitment. I have faith in my work. Many think of you as the best goalkeeper in the world. Do you think you are? I won't tell you no. There are a lot of very good keepers out there, so I continue to work hard. However, I only look at myself. I know my potential, the best I can give. Your sense of duty comes from afar and have roots in your childhood when you lived in a difficult suburb of Paris. He says, I'm a self confident person and a hard worker, but at the same time, the family is extremely important to me. I think there is a moment for everything in life, and you have to find the right balance to perform. And at the same time, dedicate time to your loved ones because it's for them too that I do all of this. I have a goal to achieve and I stay focused. That's the most important thing. Okay. He's a family man. That's good. What are your targets? I have many dreams that I would like to achieve, but above all, I would like to reach the highest level in football, overcome my limits, and leave my mark in history. What was playing football like in Paris? There's an incredible job by Parisian coaches, and young people are on the pitches from a very young age, and there's a great mentality. Everyone wants to win. Tell us about winning the Scudetto with Milan. The atmosphere-driven parade with all the fans when we paraded through the city on the bus was an extraordinary and unique moment. At Milan, I found incredible teammates and fans, a family. Here, I would like to win as many titles as possible. Is that what you're referring to?
Yeah, I think he's leaving, man. That's a classic statement before leaving.
You're also good with the ball at your feet. I'm a modern goalkeeper, but to be a good goalkeeper, you need to know how to mix new and old school. Modernity. Is that even a word? Modern, whatever, and old game are the ingredients to obtain the best combination. You are a big fashion enthusiast. Okay, I don't care about that. So, so you think he's leaving? Yeah, I think most of us think he's leaving. I don't. How are they going to renew his contract?
They should. Doesn't matter how much it costs. They should. But on the other side, it's not even renewing him. I think different ambitions. I think the club does not have the ambition that he has as well. So I don't think it's
But
even about money at this point. It's about I'm gonna stay here and we're trying to win everything. Or at 28, it's better if I leave and I go to a club that is gonna try to win everything. Which
well,
makes sense.
this is the thing about him that honestly, like his level is so good right now that he kind of deserves to be fighting for the Champions League every single year. He is a kind of goalkeeper that should not be playing in the EL. He should be playing in semifinals of the Champions League and finals of every single year because that is his level. So yeah, good question. Can Milan guarantee that for him? But my question, Laird, goes back to the wages because now that the growth decree is gone, and now that there's the pros and the cons of the growth decree, etc. But now that the growth decree is gone, when you have to renew his contract, you don't have those growth decree tax cuts. Now you have to pay his wages in full, meaning the gross in full. You don't get any tax cuts on the gross. So the question is Redbird going to bring up the wage cap of the team? Or are they going to keep it where it is? Because now that the growth decree is gone, Milan can't really keep the wage cap where it is unless its ambition is to be a team that solely fights for top four and maybe not even. So for me, this is a big question. What do you think? What do you think they're going to do?
I think they're gonna sell. They're gonna sell because I don't think it's even about money. I think we can afford him. He's earning 3.5. Probably he's asking double, so 7 net. I think 7 net is around. Let me do the math. 12 million gross. We can afford that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
we can definitely afford that because we're saving so much. We are running the club with 70 million overall salaries, so definitely we can afford an extra 6 or 7 million on top of that.
Well,
So,
okay, Ballard, if they start doing that and still keep the same players, like the wage cap is going up, right?
no, they're gonna sell him because he wants to go. He wants to
No,
go. He's not
no,
gonna
okay.
stay.
but aside that, let's not think about that for now, because I also think like that too. But maybe he's much more ambitious, and maybe he thinks that in Milan he can't satisfy his ambitions. That is definitely a good conversation to have, and I think I do agree with you there. But let's just focus on the salary cap for now. Right now, Milan is 86 million. So total gross salaries for 23-24 is 86 million. 86 million is not a team that is looking to fight for the Champions League. Like the teams that are fighting for the Champions League are 120, 130, 140, some are even close to 200. Like how so this is the big question for me. What is this going to look like after the growth decree is gone? Is it going to go up, or do they want to keep it like this? Because if they want to keep it like this, Laird, how are we going to be competitive? That is the question.
Well, they cannot keep it like this. Without now the decree is not there anymore. They cannot keep it like this. Let's say they sell Mike Maignan, they're still gonna put a goalkeeper that is gonna earn at least 3 million to have a good goalkeeper. It's gonna earn at least 3 or 4 million, and still is gonna cost you at least 20 million. If you get a goalkeeper for free, probably his salary is high, like Inter did. They got Summer for free or really cheap, but still his salary is high. So it's still cheaper for Milan to give him a raise, even though the decree is finished. They'll actually go for a new one that is not gonna be as good as Mike Maignan, and it's gonna cost you at least 20 million anyway. And he's gonna ask a goalkeeper that is making a move to Milan. He's gonna ask at least 3 million or 2 million net, which is 4 million. So yes, you're gonna keep the same salary in house, but you're gonna have a weaker goalkeeper, and you're gonna spend at least 20 million in a good case scenario, maybe 30, because the prices are going up. So that is an operation of a total of 20-30 million to buy the player, plus another contract that is around maybe 12 million or 15 million for 5 years, total. So might as well just renew Mike Maignan if he wants to stay. And they probably can do that because they need to go for the hard road now. The problem is they're not going to do it because the money clubs will offer for Mike Maignan, they're going to be so good. They're going to offer 70, 80 million for Mike. And I think Redbird will sell because the temptation is quite high to cash the 80 million.
Yeah.
And use that as an excuse to, we need that money to build the team.
Yeah. And also to bring the wages up. Because this is a club that is, again, the ownership is more interested than profit margins than trophies, guys. This is a fact. This is undebatable fact. Redbird did not buy Milan to become to repeat what Berlusconi did. Redbird bought Milan because they're part of this economic investment groups, corporate groups that have decided or have concluded that you can make money long term with European football. So it's about making money. It's not about making trophies. It's not about winning trophies. So I think that the only way for them to build the team from now on and also raise the salary cap is by selling players for lots of money and then using that money for salaries and also for the market. And I think Mike Maignan right now is probably the most expensive goalkeeper in circulation, and he could be one of those players that they decide to sacrifice.
And we know that a lot of top teams are looking for the next big goalkeeper.
Yeah.
And Mike Maignan is the next big goalkeeper. Honestly.
For sure. No doubt about it.
Team that you can go and buy.
There's no doubt about that. He is definitely in line to be the next number one in the world. He's right there. So there's right now there's 3 players: Mike Maignan, Leao, and Theo Hernandez, and then I think we also have Benacer in this conversation. But specifically those 3 players, I think one of these 3 this summer is probably going to be used to bring the salary cap higher and also to fund the mercato. Also because we didn't make the Champions League, so there's no big revenue coming in from the Champions League. We got eliminated. There's no 100 million coming in. We already know that these guys will sell big players, no problem. They don't care. So yeah, it's one of these three. It's either Leao, Hernandez, or Maignan. Unless they completely surprise me and maybe you and other people, they just say, you know what, we're going to renew all of these players. The salary cap is going to go higher because the numbers make sense. That is also a possibility. But yeah, 86 million total gross, right, for a team like Milan in today's scope. It doesn't look right. That does not look right. That looks like what
makes zero sense to me, because now the revenues are there. We have revenues to have a higher salary cap. And what I see is, I think our revenues, even with a bad season, let's say we don't go to the second part of the Champions League, our revenues touches the 320 million, something like that. So I understand 86 million is almost 1/3 of that, which that is for a healthy business. That's what it should be. Salaries 1/3, and the rest, other expenses. But you can still go a bit more than 1/3. You can still stay around 110, 120, and still be an healthy business. It's not impossible, and grow significantly grow.
I mean, I think if you want to be one of the teams if you want to respect Milan's history and fight for the best trophies in Europe, you cannot have 86 million be. I mean, it's great now. Yay, let's take advantage of it. We can do it now, but that's just unrealistic.
And
I mean, go ahead.
Sorry, Roy, I just want to correct myself. 86 million is not even 1/3. 100 million is 1/3.
Right, correct.
So you can literally still have a 14 million more, and you can go even more than that. I think you can go 120 million. Milan can be run and be extremely successful with 120 million salary cap. I don't know why we're not doing that, why we're not taking the what we have to do. It's crazy to me, but it's fine.
Yeah, so Inter is at 117 or 117.5.
Yeah.
And that is more, so that is almost 30 million more than us. That's because they didn't abuse the growth decree these years. They used it on some players. But Inter is more like we need to get the best players for Inter, not the best deals. That's how they have been functioning. Juventus is at 121. They are also another team that hasn't really used the growth decree if you look at their wages. So yeah, Milan's model that they used these 5 past years works only if the growth decree would have stayed forever, but the growth decree was only 5 years. They knew this. So I don't know how they're going to fix this now that the growth decree is gone. I guess only time will tell.
Yeah.
Only time will tell. So Maignan is the first sacrificial lamb, huh?
I have a feeling, yeah. And honestly, if it's the way we're behaving, the way we're doing the mercato, it's gonna be the same next summer, the way we did it this summer. Which again, I have nothing against the players. It's just clearly these players needs work and need seasons to get the level to win trophies. If we keep doing this type of strategy, players like Maignan will be like, why am I even doing this? I want to win trophies now. I don't want to wait for Reinders, Musa, Jovic to get fit, to get in their prime, to start winning trophy. I want to win them now. So, and Leao at one point of his career will be the same. In 2 years' time, Leao will be like, should I keep staying here or moving to a bigger team? Then win trophies now and win the Ballon d'Or now.
Okay.
So,
I have a theory on Leao. This is just a theory, guys. It's just a theory, nothing else. I did not read it anywhere. There's no rumors. This is just my theory. My theory is that if Mbappe leaves PSG is going to go for Leao, and they're going to activate the release clause, or maybe pay something close to it. That is a theory, just a theory, guys. I don't have any resources, any sources. It's just a theory, and I see PSG do something like that, especially after we saw Leao completely cook PSG. What do you think? Do you think that is a possibility or no?
Yeah, everything is possible at this point. I wouldn't be surprised. Um, it looks like I don't know if PSG will be attracting enough for Leao, unless the money is stupid and he's like, "Fuck that, the money is
Oh,
crazy."
oh, dude, their salaries are insane, like, dude. Their salary. I'll show you. I've seen them, dude. Their salaries are unrealistic. Anyway, go ahead. Go ahead.
But the point when I say crazy salary, crazy even for Bayern Munich and Premier League teams to be matched. You know what I mean? Because I assume if this is in my mind, if Arsenal, PSG, Bayern Munich, and Manchester United come to buy Leao and they offer similar salaries, I think Leao will not pick Paris Saint Germain as a first choice.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
That's so
They're
that's my
more
logic.
they're more appealing clubs than PSG for sure.
Exactly, or at least the Premier League can be more appealing than Ligue 1. Bayern Munich can be more appealing than playing
Yeah,
for
one
the
hundred
Premier
percent.
League team. There is always a bigger fish.
Like Mané, I don't know how long is Mané going to be in Bayern for, right? They're going to need a replacement for him.
Oh, he's
So,
gone already.
oh, he's gone already. So there you
Yeah,
go. So
he's a Saudi. So.
Leao can be one of the. Wow, look at this. Okay, so PSG gross salaries 290 million.
More than
We
50% of their revenues. 70% of their revenues, probably.
that is insane. Two, that is crazy. But again, PSG is they did not buy PSG to make money. We have to remember this. Qatar does not need PSG to make money because this is a state-owned club, pretty much. They bought this club to, for the World Cup. It's politics, really. It's more like for different purposes. But any 290 million. What the seven? Kylian Mbappe 72 million. Kylian Mbappe gross gets almost as much as the whole Lazio team.
The whole
Gross.
Milan team, man.
All close to all Milan. Yeah, the whole Milan. That is
If you take the
insane.
Leao salary, is basically the whole Milan team.
That is insane. How much is he making net? 39 million. 39. Okay, so it's what? 38%, something like that.
And by the way, this is just how's it called? Salary. Probably gets percentage of shirts,
That's
percentage of
right.
every deal, every picture that is on the stadium. He gets a percentage. There is so much money outside that you can tax differently, or you can not tax at all. Kylian Mbappe can open a company in Dubai, zero tax, and get paid for all those services outside of his salary, and he doesn't need to pay any tax, and you don't need to disclose those. I know that because Harry Kane had a deal like this with Tottenham.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
yeah.
Harry Kane-
It's crazy.
so Kylian Mbappe, we were seeing 700K a week net, but probably he makes another 700K with other deals with Nike, with Jordan, with shirts that is not even taxed and doesn't even go to France. It goes to another country straight away.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's insane.
Yeah, crazy money.
Absolutely insane.
I mean,
Insanity.
Dembele, look at Dembele, how much is earned.
Dembele 11. This is net now 11 million plus 11 and I don't think this is showing the bonuses. So yeah, include the bonuses in all of this. But 11 million, Lucas Hernandez 10 million, Marquinhos 9 million, Skriniar 9 million, Hakimi 8 million. Bruh, right now PSG is a money fountain. And it's an easy league too. Like your pressures to win competitions in that league is easy. So not only you're making a shitload of money, but you're in a fairly easy league if you're PSG. It's kind of like a cheat code for if you want to make lots of money. So yeah, I mean PSG is definitely one of the teams that can persuade Leao for sure, no doubt about that. Their salaries are insane. Let me check Man City. What is their situation?
I think Man City, apart from the top five players, their salary situation is okay, is normal.
All right, so they are 200 million. So
Yeah.
80 million less than what's his name, than PSG.
So I assume they are like 40% of their revenues, which is normal, is fine. It's a well-run club if you consider revenues.
Yeah. And okay, so Kevin De Bruyne makes 20 million gross. What is this net? Kevin De Bruyne is the highest paid player. 11 million net. He makes 11 million net. And then the next player is Haaland that makes 10 million net. Of
See
course.
how high are the taxes in Europe, Roy?
Oh yeah. So it's 50% pretty much. I mean
Yeah,
100%. No, yeah, 50%.
45%
It's
in this case.
yeah. It's around that area. Yeah. Um, yeah, no, I'm just saying, like, I'm not saying that Milan needs to be like 200 million a year or blah, blah, blah. I mean, Inter at 120 million made the finals and shit, they should have even won that final. But for some reason, every time Lukaku is in a final, he decides to defend for the other team. That man is the most unlucky man in the world. But I mean, how close was Inter to winning that final? It's not like people thought that Man City was going to destroy Inter 6-0, etc., etc. But at the end of the day, the difference wasn't that much. Yeah, Man City was visibly the team with more quality, but it was a close game. So I'm not saying that we have to have they have to bring it up to 200 million, but the 83 million thing that we're doing right now is just unrealistic. It's like Lazio is at 70 something million.
Yeah.
Lazio barely uses the growth decree. It's like it has to go up if this management ownership is serious about winning Champions League, the only trophy that really matters. Yeah, it can't be that price.
Go back to the salaries of Man City just to tell you what Milan should be. If you look at the top five, there is 11.5 and 7 million. So there is a difference around 4 million difference. So 40% between the fifth player and the first highest paid player. Milan should have a similar situation. They should have, let's say, Leao 9 million or 8 million. Maignan should be there with 7.5. Theo Hernandez should be there with 7. Another example, Benacer maybe or Tomori should be there with 6, and Benacer with 5, 5.5. So your top players, top 5 players you have, or Pulisic, whatever, they should be from a distance of 1 or 2 million distance, or 3 max, and you should have 5 players there really paid a lot to have to be a serious team to compete. But there is
Yeah.
a gap between Leao and everyone else that is crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not sustainable. It's not sustainable. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. It really doesn't make sense. So we'll see how this develops. I'm very curious to see what the wage structure will be in the upcoming years with this management. Okay, so Roy, if Lau leaves for PSG, what's your rank of former players of Milan? If Lau considered a legend? No. Considered a great player. Legend? I mean, no, I don't
Let's
think so. I don't think so. But definitely one of the great players that played for Milan. Yeah, sure. Legend is no. I would say no. I mean, for him to become a Milan legend, he would need to stay at Milan for longer and win some big trophies. I think, right?
Yeah, he needs to play for Milan at least 10 years.
Yeah.
And be like more than trophies, which, yeah, of course, you need to put those charisma as well. and how much you care about the shirt and the badge. So I think Leao has done a lot for Milan. And if he leaves, I will not be upset with the kid. Honestly, I think the fact that he renew again, he cares about the club. He's giving everything. Still, I'm not gonna be upset if he leaves or if any one of Milan players leaves. They did what they had to do. They won the league. They brought us in Champions League every fucking season. They've been relevant. So I'm not gonna. But legend, you need to. I don't know. It's weird to explain it.
Well, look, the question is this, because Ibra, he won two Scudettis with Milan. Is he considered a legend? Do we consider Ibra a legend?
I think he's considered a legend because how big he is as a football player in general. So that's why he's considered a legend for Milan because he's a big football player anyway. He's played with big teams, so won a lot of trophies. So he's considered a legend for that. And because his charisma, he came in a really difficult moment and brought us out of the mud. And he's been a big part of that. So that's why he's considered a legend.
Yeah. I think he is a legend, and that's why we consider him. He is a legend
Exactly.
regardless if he plays with Milan or not, and that's why he enters that category. If you want to keep your best players, you have to raise your wages. Period. Chukwueze wages should be reduced. Yeah, Chukwueze. Chukwueze, if you want to renew him, it's a lot of money. If he wins the second star in UCL, yeah, for sure. He enters the book so far. Yeah, for sure. If he wins the second star as a main player and the Champions League, then of course he's going to be considered a super legend. Yeah. Leao will never be a true top player. Doesn't have desire necessary to get there. That is a topic right there, and a lot of people have been talking about that recently. Barzagli came up and said that he doesn't like Leao's attitude. Not that he doesn't like Leao as a person. He thinks Leao is actually a really good person. None of these guys are debating Leao's human aspect. Like as a human being, Leao seems to be an excellent person. Honestly, he's humble. He's friendly. He seems like to have genuinely like a really good person, like a really good heart. But when they talk about his work rate and what he transmits on the pitch, it's like Di Canio said that he's not impressed at all with him. Barzagli said it. All these guys recently been saying it. So that is a big topic. Like Leao needs to do something. He needs to show more desire. He needs to show more desire off the ball and in general. I don't know. Like, what do you think about this topic? And we've spoken about a million times, but what do you think about it?
I think there is nowadays in the last 15 years there is a misconception of so Ronaldo, Messi, and a lot of professional football players brought the level of being professional to the highest standard we ever seen in football history in terms of being professional. So when someone doesn't meet those standards, automatically is not a good football player. But if you think of the careers of the Kakas, Ronaldinhos, or even the Zidane and other players, Leao is on track for that. Because he's still 24. He's entering 25. Usually before the Ronaldo, Messi era, the Modric, the Maldini, or you name it, these insane professional football players, a talented football player like Leao will have 6 years of peak. And outside those 6 years of peak, he will have another 6 years of growth and a decline. So I think Leao is on track of being an excellent football player. But he's not the standards of the monsters we've seen recently. And he's not that type of player. I don't think he will have a 15 years monster career. He will have 6 years of insane peak from the age of 26 until the age of 32. And after that, he will have a decline. And 6 years, the 6 years before will be a growth. And he's still on that growth. And he's growing mentally and as a footballer and as an athlete as well. So as you say, he's a good guy, and if he stays a good guy and works hard, he will enter those 6 years of peak and will win a lot. That is the player he is, and that's how 99% of football players is. The Messi, the Maldini, the Ronaldo, they are exceptions. Literally, or Mbappe, Erling Haaland, these are monsters. These are outliers. Not everyone is like this.
Now, do you think he can turn that around, or no? Do you think he can enter that realm of elite greatness?
Yeah, he can have 6 or 5 years
No,
of elite.
I'm saying more than that. Can
No,
he?
no, he's not. He's not gonna reach the levels of Messi, Ronaldo, or even what Mbappe is trying and Erling Haaland is trying. I mean, if you think about it, Mo Salah, which is one of the best Premier League football players, he enters his peak at the age of 25, 26. So that's a lot of players. Didier Drogba, 26, 27, started banging goals and becoming a legend. So it is normal for majority of football players to enter in that peak at the age of 26. And before that, they are like Leao, good on something, bad on others, not complete, mentally not ready to be a machine. So it's normal, in my opinion.
So you're saying that his trajectory is more similar to a Mo Salah rather than a Cristiano Ronaldo,
Oh,
essentially.
yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's correct. I think that's what it's looking like, something like that, because he does have the qualities to be one of these players that is a candidate for Ballon d'Ors, but not at the level of Cristiano Ronaldo, 7 Ballon d'Ors, Messi, 100 Ballon d'Ors, etc., etc. Not that kind of level, but like a Mo Salah kind of thing. Yeah, I see that happening too.
Shevchenko was another player that had 6 years of peak, 5 years of peak. And after that, there was a decline. Before that, there was a growth. So majority of players are like this. You're not gonna be. Van Basten was a player that started at the age of 18, and if he didn't get an injury, he would have been a machine for 15 years.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Gullit was the opposite. Gullit had a 6 good years, and that's it. End of the story.
yeah, yeah. No, I think that is correct. I hope that he can turn it around. But I think I do see more of a Mo Salah kind of trajectory rather than these other top elite players. And hey, being the Mo Salah kind of trajectory is nothing to be ashamed of. Yeah, like we're talking about still top level. Yeah, top level.
Yeah, I mean, majority of the players that's their trajectory. That's what happened. Majority of defenders, midfielders, that's what they have as a career. Not few of them become Pirlo, Modric, or Maldini, Nesta. Most of them have like a peak of 6 years and that's it. And it's pretty good. That is incredible. The good thing is when you enter in that peak, you need to be in the right team to win everything. So elevates you as a football player. So if Leao enters at the age of 26 and plays for Man City, Real Madrid, or Bayern Munich, people will see him like a crazy football player, like insane.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. All right, guys. So let me go back to the poll. Is a Coppa Italia at this stage worth risking first team players? 51% said no, 48% said yes. So it's close. The slight majority here says that no, it's not worth risking the players. I want to put another poll here regarding Leao. Do you think Leao is going to be closer to a CR7 or a Mo Salah? And you guys let me know in the chat what you think. Curious to know what you guys think too. Because remember, guys, that Cristiano Ronaldo started getting all his accolades at the age of what, 24, 25? Pretty much where Leao is right now. Um, and then after that, Cristiano Ronaldo just skyrocketed and wouldn't stop. So let me know in the poll what you guys think. There you go. Okay. Let's go to Let's go to rumors, Laird. Rumors. Pioli predicts 23-24 Scudetto winner. Oh, why? I got to see this. Hold on. We got to see this. What does he say here? What is this? Okay, so as is tradition at the mid-season mark of the season, Serie A managers have offered an insight into who they believe will be crowned with various awards at the end of the season. AC Milan head coach Stefano Pioli was amongst those to contribute his opinions. The Ital Press announced the list of mid-season opinions for a list of topics: the Scudetto winner, Serie A breakout team, and also the player revelation of the year. I'm very curious to see what he says. As is tradition now, and there are very few differences in selection. Stefano's Pioli's selection were as follows: revelation team, Bologna. Yeah, I think we can all agree on that, right, Laird?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Revelation player, Albert Goodmanson. I think that also says who Pioli will like. So Goodmanson is he's the Genoa striker, correct?
I think so. Is it?
Yeah, I think so. Isn't he not, guys? Goodmanson, I think he's a Genoa striker. Or no. Oh no. He's a
I think it's a
Bologna.
midfield.
I think he's a Bologna midfielder. I don't even know. But anyway, okay, so that also kind of tells you who Pioli would like to coach. An Italian champion, Inter. Gufata, or does he really mean it, Laird? What do you think?
I think he means it, and a bit both, I would say.
Yeah.
And I think Juventus will win it, man. Hopefully, by Gufata, I think Inter is as the as
Okay.
everything to win it.
So Simone Inzaghi says Frosinone is his breakout team. Xerxes, I really like Xerxes as a player. I really like him. And he didn't say anything here. I think he probably thinks they're going to win it. Giampiero Gasperini says Bologna, breakout season. Ederson. And he thinks Juventus is going to win it. Wow. Claudio Ranieri says Bologna, Xerxes, and Inter or Juve. Andreazzoli says Bologna, Xerxes, Inter. Italiano says Frosinone, Goodmanson, Inter. Eusebio Di Francesco says Bologna, Calafiori, Inter. Calafiori, a lot of people have been talking about Calafiori recently. Bologna, Xerxes, Inter. D'Aversa, Mazzarri says Bologna, Xerxes, Inter. A lot of them have the same answer, more or less. Pippo Inzaghi says Bologna, Buongiorno, Inter. We are linked to Buongiorno. Bologna, blah, blah, blah. It's all of them are more or less the same. Ngong. Marco Barini says Ngong. I actually have a highlight reel of Ngong. We're linked to him today. The links are strong. Why don't we check them out?
Let's go.
As we discuss this. Okay. Calafiori, good player. Ngong, good player too. He's putting the pressure on them. Oh, wow. This guy's amazing dribbler.
Is he a second striker or is an attacking midfielder?
He's a winger. Oh, okay.
Well, apparently there is good players in Serie A. We're discovering that.
Yeah, all of a sudden, huh?
Incredible. Magic happened.
Oh, he plays on the right, so he'd be perfect replacement to Chukwueze. Oh, yeah. That's why we're linked to him, because Chukwueze is out. So that's why we're linked to him. Yeah, makes sense. Oh, nice. Okay.
I thought we were not buying Serie A players because they're not good enough.
They're not good enough there. Serie A players, they all suck.
That was the narrative a few months ago. Now is actually there is good players.
All of a sudden. It's like magic.
Magic happened.
I knew magic existed. I knew magic was real.
Christmas miracle.
Okay, so he's an interesting player. He seems to be skillful. So he is Belgian. He plays for the Belgian national team. Yeah, shoes, great. I remember he clutched up for Verona in the relegation playoff. Okay. Oh, great. Nice. Cool video game. And let's see. Let's see.
Yeah,
Honestly,
looks dribbler. He's a good dribbler. A bit
I
like
did it a bit like who?
I don't know how tactically good he is, but he looks good. Good on the ball. These highlights doesn't show you how good they are off the ball though. That's the problem.
Oh, who did he cook right there?
That was Tomori, man.
Man, he cooked him real good. Is that? Oh wow. Oh damn, Larry. You're right,
Sorry.
my man.
Was that Tomori or Baloture? I don't know.
No, I think it's Tomori or Musa.
Because it was last year's shirt, not this year. Oh, it was this year's shirt.
Honestly, I don't know, dude. Yeah, it's Tomori.
Is it Tomori? Yeah, it's Tomori.
Yeah, it's Tomori.
Oh my god.
Are you taking vitamin C?
Nah,
Are you taking that? What's that Joe Rogan medicine?
dude. Joe Rogan is going crazy, man.
What was he? What was that medicine he was talking about? Something about worms.
Ah,
I can't remember what it was. Milan is preparing for Leao, Pulisic on left wing, Ngong right wing. THC.
yeah,
Like
weed.
CR7.
Huh?
THC is no. It was another medicine that the media went crazy because he was pushing this medicine. I can't remember what it was called. Let me see what the poll is saying. Okay, so the poll for now mostly agrees with the Mo Salah parallel comparison, but he's on the trajectory of being like a Mo Salah rather than a CR7. We'll keep that going on for a little bit longer. So what is it? Yay or nay for you, Light?
I think he's a good player. Everything depends on the price and intentions. What is the rumors? How much?
I think it's in the 20s, if I'm not mistaken.
Um,
Let me check. Let me see what they're saying.
how old is he?
I do not have any of this information at hand. I just know that they're linked to him. A lot of the Milan and news outlets were talking about him. Let me see. Doesn't he kind of remind? He kind of reminds me a little bit of Chukwueze, to be honest with you.
He's
Doesn't
the
he?
yellow shirt, man. He's the yellow shirt, but he's not. I think he reminds me a lot like Berardi to me. But he
Berardi.
doesn't have a good shot as Berardi has.
He reminds me of Berardi.
I don't know why. It's a bit these long passes he likes to do. Not this
I
one.
think I think the reason why I say Chukwueze is his build. He's built similar to him.
I know he's more clunky, more taller than Chukwueze. That's why it reminds me of Berardi.
Do you think?
See
Do you
those
think he's? Do you think he's better than Chukwueze?
I don't know. I have to see him off the ball. He plays every game, I guess, for Verona. Yeah.
Yeah.
I assume, yeah. And he looks bigger, taller than Chukwueze. So
Let me see. Let me go
oh,
into
that was a
the.
good pass. It looks like he protects the ball better than Chukwueze.
So Milanai says, according to Tutto Mercato Web, Milan have scheduled a meeting tomorrow with Hellas Verona to discuss Cyril Ngong to understand a potential deal. During the talks for Terracciano with Verona, Moncada's inquired about Ngong, who's a profile that he likes a lot. No scheduled meetings for now, but Milan appreciate his talents.
I don't think we're gonna buy him anyway,
Nah,
and
I don't think so.
I still think we have different priorities.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to get him.
I think he's better than Chukwueze for the simple reason that he plays already in Serie A. He's effective for a team.
So this guy here on Twitter says, it says getting Ngong means that recognizing that Chukwueze has been a big flop. During the
Well,
negotiations for Terracciano, Moncada asked about Ngong. So these are the rumors regarding Ngong.
even if we don't getting if even if we don't getting Ngonga, Chukwueze is a flop. We don't need to do that
This
operation
year
to.
he's been a flop. Do you
He's
think
a
he
flop.
can? Do you think he can how do you say? Do you think he can
Revive.
grow next year? Revive himself for next season? Do you think next season he can have a good season? Maybe 1 year of Serie A will have allowed him to understand what kind of football he needs to play, or do you
Yeah,
think he's just not
for
not?
sure, for sure, he can do that. He's still a healthy player. I don't think he's scared when he plays. So yeah, he can definitely upgrade his game. And as I said, we have different priorities. So I will still keep Chukwueze instead of spending 20 million on another player in that
You,
position.
the other day I asked Paul who he thinks is better, Savicevic or Chukwueze. He said that Savicevic shouldn't even be in the same conversation as Chukwueze. Chukwueze is a million times better.
Oh, come on.
Okay. All right. So yeah, so these are essentially the rumors that we have about Ngonga right here. It's all about it's just pretty much they're asking about him. So these are
What
just rumors. These are just rumors that the journalists are putting out there to fill up
is he?
content.
What nationality is he?
Belgian. He plays for
Okay.
the Belgian team. Ngonge is what? Nigerian, I think. I think it's Nigerian. He probably has Nigerian descent, of Nigerian descent, but I don't know, but probably. But yeah, he plays for the national team. So look at this. Milan sempre più viva l'idea Ngong, Romero verso il Como in prestito. Romero towards Como. What do you think, Laird? Your boy Romero gonna do some loan time with Fabregas. Maybe get some minutes rather than rot on the bench. Are you cool with that, or you want to see Romero actually play and give him some opportunities, or do you think going to Como, where he will probably play a lot more, is good for him?
Oh yeah, it's good for him if he plays. Yeah, it's good for him if he plays. I think he will go on loan, um, and that doesn't mean somebody else will come in. I think we have enough players for him to go on loan and still moving on with the season. So we have on that side we have Pulisic, Chukwueze, Traore can play that position. Uh, I think Okafor can play there as well. So I don't see any issue for the next 5 months without him.
Okay, so you would be all for it.
Yeah, him going on loan and playing a bit football is important.
Now, listen. Earlier, I was wondering why we're being linked to so many defenders. I mean, what's his name is back. Gabia is back. Eventually, Tomori is going to be back. Chiara is there. Chow is there. Terracciano is another defender. Now we're being linked to two defenders, Buongiorno and another guy called Brasser. My question is, why are we being linked to so many defenders? Like, now, is it because we know that someone is going out? I don't know. To me, this one doesn't make much sense. Um, do we need all of these defenders? Shouldn't we be focusing more on central midfielders that can win the ball in the midfield? Why are we going for so many central defenders? Even freaking Theo Hernandez now has shown that he can play as a central defender. So what's the deal here? What do you think?
We're buying a guy that is similar to Bodman and Acerbi as a football type of player.
Left-footed defender. Okay.
I thought we didn't need that type of player.
7 appearances, 1 goal, 82% success rate. Market value 20 million.
He's how old is he? I think he's good. I watched him a couple of times.
24. I guess that's the goal he scored.
No, that's
Or
the cross.
That's a cross, yeah.
He plays 3 at the back, I guess. I think Torino plays a lot 3 at the backs.
Huh. Interesting. We're getting we're being linked to players that are 3 at the back that are good for the 3 at the back. I wonder if there's more subcontext to that. Subcontext.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It looks good, man. I like his long passes. That's pretty.
He was playing for Italy against the last few games. I think he played for Italy. I can't remember against who. He looked good. He had strong performances.
He's a good age as well. Not too young, not too old. Yeah, Tomori's going, man. Man United.
Oh yeah, you think it's Tomori? That's why we're building to so many defenders. He'd be a center back on the left. Tomori plays center back on the left. Tomori's being linked to Bayern Munich too, by the way.
Yeah. Or Kier just gonna go at one point.
He's got the long ball like Kier, so yeah, maybe they're looking to replace that. Kier has
He's exactly that's true. He's exactly like Bodman and Acerbi. He has a good feed, good long pass.
yeah.
He's tall, really tall. That's what you need.
He kind of does look like Bobman, doesn't he?
Yeah. It's the same type of game. I think Bodman, at least at Lille, was more aggressive.
Yeah.
He's more tactical, but he has a decent pace for a tall guy. I will add, he has a decent pace for a white guy.
This is against Milan. Okay, so positioning. I want to see his tackles. I'm curious to see his slide tackling and what those look like. Yeah, sticks to his defender. There you go.
Quite aggressive, yeah.
Oh, this is Italy. Yeah, this is against Holland.
Oh, that was a good pass. So he has good passes. He has those passes that Bastoni has as well. Maybe you're right, Roy. Conte is coming.
Conte, did you see Rohit did a big piece on Conte today? Are you pro or against this idea of Conte?
I don't know, man. Let's see. I want to see first happening, and after I want to give you an opinion. If I don't want to talk because it looks, I don't know. It doesn't look like Conte will accept a job like this, but he can be bored. Like any other person in the world, he can be bored and accept offers that he, in a different situation, he will not be willing to accept. So let's see.
I mean, the thing about Conte, the big questions about Conte for me is okay, nice. I like that karate kick. Is first of all his wages. Like he usually has pretty big wage demands. So again, how does that fit with this management? And then he is very tough to work with, right? If Maldini was difficult to work for Furlani, I can't imagine Conte. Remember how they got angry at Maldini because Maldini went on TV and said, we must be courageous, we must have courage, and we must, and it came out that the management didn't like that. I mean, Conte is going to say way worse shit than that, right? Conte is someone that every time his clubs don't do well, he goes straight to the management. He says it's their fault. So Conte is really kind of like the antithesis of what Furlani likes, according to what we've come to find out. So for me, that is the big questions. Wage and personality. How does that fit with Redbird and Furlani and these guys? It seems like these guys do not have the ability to work with strong individuals like that. But maybe they do. I don't know. Maybe they do. It's. I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, I mean Conte. We need to understand that a lot of other managers play Conte's football. So yes, we're seeing a pattern here of type of players we're buying, but that can be somebody else and not Conte. That can be a guy that plays with three at the back. So
Oh,
you
what
never
about?
know.
I mean, Terracciano is a Conte kind of player.
Yeah, so there
Terracciano
is
is
a lot of coaches that play three at the back. A lot of young coaches as well that play three at the back. So let's see.
Oh, there he is. This is what we're missing, Light. This is what we're missing. You remember this? When was last
Every-
time we actually? When was last time we saw this, Light? Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. He's got the ball, and he still fights for it. He loses it, but he's there on the ground. He's fighting for it. Brahim Diaz, man. We need
Well,
Brahim Diaz back.
he's doing well at Madrid, so I'm happy for him. Do you remember that comment, Roy, at the beginning of the season? That guy that was saying, "Oh, Brahim Diaz will not play a game against with Real Madrid. He will be in the bench the whole season."
Yeah, right. Yeah, didn't really work out that way.
Yeah, it didn't work out like that. And Ancelotti's playing him a lot, and I think the fans are really happy for him. So
Yeah, he got a Player of the Month at Madrid. He's been excellent for them. He scored recently, and he against Napoli he had a brilliant move. Uh, what do you mean he's asked what the fuck he's not doing well? He got Player of the Month from Real Madrid. This is just a denial of reality. It's just a denial of reality. Um, how is Conte with young players? I don't think Conte is known to be a coach that likes to develop young players. I think Conte is more of a kind of coach that wants players that are tactically already prepared because his game is a very tactical game. His game is a game based on discipline. I remember that when they used to talk, I think it was Lautaro Martinez or one of the Inter players that was talking about the difference between Conte and Inzaghi, and they were saying that with Conte, everything was prepared, all the moves, all the players, all the plays are all prepared in training. There's not much freedom, but with Inzaghi, instead, there's more freedom. So that to me tells me that maybe he prefers mature players that are good at listening, that are disciplined, but already have a certain level of experience. I mean, can you think of any players that Conte launched?
I mean, if you're young and you're good, you're gonna play with Conte. So Conte is not a guy that will develop a young player. But if you're good, Conte will play you. I mean, Bastoni, Conte played him.
Yeah, true.
Barella, Conte played him. So Conte
Barella was a youngster.
is not bad, but you need to be extremely good, like top
Yeah,
young.
yeah. I think that's it. That's it. You have to be the real deal. You can't be the guy that is a potential that maybe.
That needs
No,
to
you have.
grow, that needs time and bullshit like that. You need to be good. That's it.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, but if those players, like, if you don't have them in your club, they ain't cheap, bro. They ain't cheap.
I think people misunderstand Italian coaches. They think, oh, Italian coaches don't play young players and things like that. Good young players, Italian coaches will play them every time, no matter what. But because Italian coaches they have high standards, and because the pressure on them is so high, that's why they play good young players, not the potential, the one that will grow.
Yeah, especially I would say someone like Conte.
And
Guys, go ahead. Go ahead.
everywhere is like this, in my opinion, as well. When you see those young players play for Barcelona, they are really good, man. That's why they're playing.
Um, Yeah, for me it's difficult to see Conte with this management, but we're being linked. The reports are saying that Ibra and Moncada, who are more the football people, want Conte, but Furlani seems to not want him. Now we were linked to another guy, another defender, Bresser. Oh, I want to talk about Daniel Maldini too in a little bit, but I want to see Bresser. I just guys, if anybody knows the name of the other defender we're linked to, Bresser. I tried to look for him on YouTube, but I don't think I'm spelling his name correctly. If you know his name, can you put it? Oh yeah, we're being linked to this guy too from Fulham, center back Tosin Adarabio. I saw this today also. Tall guy, Fulham defender. He's a Premier League defender, so we're not going to watch his highlights. But
Uh,
yeah, go ahead.
Roy, they gave you the name. Is here.
Bear from Brest. Oh, Brasser. Okay, there it is. All right, so let's check out this Brasser. So yeah, a lot of defenders. Why are we being linked to so many defenders? Where are the defensive midfielders? To me, it seems like that's what we need more than anything is defensive midfielders. Because even against Empoli, the second half, Empoli was taking the ball. They were bringing the ball all the way. Okay, Lilian Brasser. Here we go. Let's check him out.
Well, to be fair, Kalulu and Chow are not coming back, and probably
What
they
did,
don't want to keep. They don't want to keep. They're not coming back this season.
this season?
Yeah.
Well,
They're
Kalulu's injury has him back at the end of February or in March, I think.
yeah. So
So
at that point,
it's going to be, yeah, he has to find match fitness in a short period of time. Chow should be back in February, I believe.
you should. Chow was almost 2 months or more, something like that.
Yeah, but it has been a month, no?
Okay.
Okay, so Brasser, let's see. Central defender, plays in League On.
Well, I would go for Bongiorno. Not because he's better or things like that. I plays already in Serie A. Why not?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's you have to deal with Cairo when it comes to Buongiorno, and I think that's one of the things that you have to contend with. Um, Let me see if I can find more information on Bresser. Let's see. I mean, it looks solid. He looks solid. We're seeing mostly clearances right now. It's mostly all clearances.
Yeah, I'm sure he's as good as Bongiorno, but
There you go. That's nice. Sacrificing his body to defend.
he's tall as well. Probably same age, good pace.
In a three-man defense, Brasser would be left center back. Buongiorno would play sentry like he does with Torino now. We haven't seen Kalulu play consistently since the Scudetto. Lart, the two are unrelated. I don't trust League On defenders. Why not? He's big and athletic, but awful on the ball. It's called the long ball. Nice. That was a good ball.
Yeah, that was a good ball.
Yeah. He's a low block defender, as it seems. Yeah. Good observation, Hisham. I'm not seeing explosiveness in his game, so he is a low block defender. He doesn't seem like a Tomori kind of defender.
He has a good pace though.
Let's see what else. He leaves gaps and gets lucky with clearances. I don't. Ibra's destroying this wonderful roster we have. Conte's the only destructor. Okay, so again, I want to know why we're being linked with so many damn defenders. It is very interesting to me. I hope that we find this out soon. I
Yeah,
don't
but
think we
Roy,
need.
we're linked with defenders, but we're not gonna buy all of them. We could buy maybe one, and that's it.
Yeah, I mean, we already brought Gabia back in. Like, why do we need another one? That's my question. That's my
Maybe
question.
for the next season when Kier leaves, or if a new one comes in, Kier can leave this January. Go, I don't know, in Turkey with a bigger contract, get his final raise before quitting football forever.
Mm, Chunk says I'd go for Jarell Hato. Who's a real world class talent. He's essentially a left-footed Tomori with a midfielder's foot. Super fast and wins 3.3 aerial duels, a game which is monstrous since he's 187 tall.
Jeez, let's
Scaldini
see
and
this guy.
who?
Let's see this guy that he's describing.
Who does he play for?
Well,
Tell us,
you
Chunk.
really, yeah.
If he plays in apparently, guys, we're not gonna watch it. Look how many times the attackers are open. I mean, yeah, listen, we know that League on he plays for Ajax. Okay. Oh, Ajax. Okay. Honestly, guys, I want to only see players that we're linked with. Okay, like I don't want to see players that we're not linked with. I don't think it's. I think it's pointless to see players that we're not linked with. Like, why? Why? You
And
know.
by the way, Ajax is almost getting relegated, man. I wouldn't pick a player on that defense.
Dude, what the hell happened with Ajax, man? How did they get so low, bro? We should go for Santi Jimenez in the summer. Santi Jimenez is a striker. Dragusin is linked to Tottenham. It looks like Dragusin is going to be going to Tottenham, guys. I don't know what the hype is with Dragusin. It's not like I'm not been paying attention to him, but he seems to be a player that a lot of big teams have noticed.
Maybe he's good, man. Who knows?
Ajax used Moneyball too much. I told you already, Ajax has a lot of managerial changes, and then the coaches have zero clue.
Sounds about right, man, when things go wrong.
I've also seen links to Napoli and Milan. Yeah, I know that Dragusin is linked to Milan. We've seen him. Dragusin is going to Bayern. Fabrizio posted. Is it official?
Wow.
Lord have mercy.
Fabrizio, man. If Fabrizio says it,
Fabrizio is the Bible, bro. Fabrizio
it is,
is
man. It is. It's happening.
Fabrizio Romano. Let's see.
Dude, but that means we refused the Tomori deal.
Yeah, that means that Tomori is staying.
They didn't offer enough for Tomori.
Okay,
Or
let's
maybe
see.
he prefers to go to England, Tomori. He has some offers in England.
Okay. So 3 hours ago, I'm just going to pause this and go to this. 3 hours ago, Fabrizio Romano wrote, Rado Dragusin saga has one more
Wow.
twist. Bayern have now sent formal bid to Genoa to hijack the deal. Proposals slightly higher than Tottenham one. No players included. Understand Spurs remain confident as previously agreed on personal terms. It's up to Dragusin. Well, man, if I'm Dragusin, I know who I'm choosing. It's definitely
Dude, Roy, there is good players in Serie A, man, apparently. I didn't know that, man.
I didn't know that either. I had no clue.
Fucking hell, man.
I thought Veld sucked.
Yeah, man. I thought they were all shit in Serie A. There was not good players that was worth it for us to buy.
Listen, since we have been linked to Dragusin, I want to check him out because I want to see what the hype is. So we're going to do that. But guys, we're only going to be looking at players that are linked to us because there's a million players that Milan can have. And if we just get into that, looking at every player there, let's just use this time to look at the players that we're actually linked with. Okay, so I'm not seeing anything crazy from this defender. I don't think he's probably like a super expensive, but yeah, he's definitely a good defender that can bring in some good stuff if we do get him, for sure. Any final thoughts?
He's a good defender. He's a good defender.
Yeah. Ok. Brasser sa soltanto a buttare via la palla con I piedi è scarso. No, honestly, like that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing just a lot of clearances. It is true. Dragusin saying Serie A is too hard. Put me in Farmers League. But Genoa accept Bayern 30 million option. Depends on Dragusin, Spurs, or Bayern. There's this French midfielder. He plays for PAOK. He reminds me of Patrick Vieira. We should get him. His name is Sal. Is that a joke? Silo Mate. Isn't that the guy that used to play for us? And who else thinks Terracciano has an interface? Interface. Listen, as far as Terracciano goes, defensively, if you just look at his highlights, defensively, he's got very good stuff there from a defensive standpoint. I don't know how his head is. I don't know if he has the personality. We're going to find out. But he definitely has some good qualities, especially in the slide tackle. Really good slide tackles. Really good slide tackles. All right, let's check Dragusin. And let's see why Milan is interested in Dragusin and what the whole hype is about. I remember we played against them. So there's a stat saying that nobody has been able to dribble this player. He's only been dribbled once. But that stat is also, Bastoni had a similar stat to that a year ago. All right, so here we go. Let's see what the hype is. Now, Dragusin is a Juventus product. Another Juventus product. And this is actually, Larry, this is one of the players that Juventus was accused of capital gain. But actually, he's turning out to be a player that the big clubs want. Okay, so he's a big
The
guy.
dude is tall. He's a big guy. To be fair, there is a big emergency for Bayern in terms of defense. They are really like. How old is the dude?
I'm not sure. He has to be young. He has to be. Okay, he scores goals too. Oh shit! Damn.
The man is a beast physically.
This guy is like if you walk across this, like if you walk on the street and he comes and he's in front of you, you want to go to the other side, huh?
Yeah, the dude is powerful.
Oh, he's fast
wow.
too? Damn. Oh, in the box, takes risks. I like that.
That's what you do when you play for Genova.
Yeah, that's right.
As soon as you play for Bayern, you don't do that tackle.
Yeah, you're defending in the center midfield when you're
Bayern. And you cannot risk a penalty because that penalty can decide the season.
Yeah, right. Okay, he's got a long through ball. Hey, he's
he's a good player.
Why the fuck did Juventus sell this guy?
Because there is no good players in Serie A, man. That's why.
There's no good players, Larry. There's no good. Thank God we have a growth decree because Serie A just develops shitty players.
Shitty players, man. There's no good ones.
Wow, look at that slide tackle.
Oh man.
Dragusin is that Romanian or what?
Yeah, he's Romanian for sure. And probably he can play for Italy, but probably he choose Romania already.
Let me see a little bit of history. Dragusin. Radu Dragusin, Romanian soccer player.
I don't think he's born in Italy, but moved to Italy when he was really young, probably.
Bro, he's 21.
Oh, wow. That's a no-brainer for Bayern.
For them. Yo, Wikipedia says current team, Tottenham.
Oh, wow. They're already changing it. The English fan already changing it.
I wonder if that's just a fan that did that.
A fan did that for sure. And he's jinxing it.
Yeah. Okay, so no, he's been playing for he's been playing for Romania U16. He played for the U17, U19, U21, and he's already had 13 appearances with the national team.
And probably Did he play all his career as a youngster in Italy? Probably he moved to Italy when he was really young. Probably.
He moved to Italy in 2018.
Oh,
So
okay. So
at the beginning of his career, pretty much. At the beginning of his professional career. So he started at Romania U16 in 2018, and that's when he moved to Juventus.
okay. So he
So
was
that
coach.
is
So he was,
so he was young. He was 15 years old, right? Because
yeah,
2018 is almost 6 years ago. So yeah, he's been developing in Italy, right? Good
yeah.
players
Academy.
you can't develop good players in Italy, Laird. Doesn't work like that.
He's not good players in Serie A, man.
Nope.
We need to buy them in France and Belgium.
That's right.
That's why we go there, because there's good players there, not because we're saving some coins.
Yeah. But they definitely made a mistake here, I think, if you ask me, Juventus, because I think they're kind of regretting this one. I'm sure Juventus fans are regretting this one.
I mean, of course, especially if you don't have a clear strategy. In the last 5 years, Juventus didn't have a clear strategy. They lost a lot of good talent, selling them
Yeah.
or giving them away.
So what I do know is that Juventus does have like a percentage in whatever they get, and it's about 6%.
Yeah, still nothing.
YouTube cares for me, brother. YouTube cares for me. Imagine Dragosine and Bremer. Yeah, that would be a Bremer, Dragosine, Danilo. But anyway, Dragosine now is going to either Bayern or Tottenham. It is what it is. Dragosine looks like a 24-year-old year Kjaer. Dragosine, Tomori, Cho, back three. That wouldn't be bad. Upecano has not panned out at all. They definitely need a better center back. Upamecano has had some Jerry Maguire moments for Bayern, huh? He's had some really bad moments. Roy, if we've learned anything about our transfer session, is that most of the times a player being linked with us is a guarantee that we won't get him. Our real targets come to the surface a couple before we get them, like Terracciano. Chunk is trying to persuade me to look at the highlights of the million players that he looks at, but let's just stick to players that Milan is just linked to.
Shank, man, find a job, my man. Find a job. Be productive to society.
Okay. All right. So what else is there? What else? Oh, Maldini. So Maldini has made a move. Daniel Maldini has made a move. His moment in Empoli has come to a conclusion, and he will be going to Monza with his uncle Galliani. Zio Galliani is going to take Maldini under his wings. Of course, Maldini is still owned by AC Milan. So I think it's a good move for him. I hope he gets more playing time. I think Maldini has good qualities. Like I remember his qualities. Like he has good qualities. He just needs to express them. His dad, his father, in a podcast in Italy, the one with Fedez, Fedez, that guy that has his podcast.
Yeah, I
He
know.
was on that. Maldini was on his podcast, and he spoke about his son. And Maldini said that he thinks his son is still one of those players that is going to mature later. He's not one of those players that is going to find maturity between 21, 23, but he's going to be one of those players that matures around 25, 26, 27. This is more or less what he was saying. I hope so, because I thought he had really good qualities. I want to see him succeed, and he's a Maldini, so I'm biased. But what do you think about this operation? Do you think it's going to be a good move for him to play for Zio Galliani?
I mean, he's not playing a lot for Empoli, so definitely it's a good move to go in a team that it can get a chance. Sorry. I think his best move would have been to go on loan in Serie B for a season. No, now it's too late because he's been playing in Serie A for, I think, 2 years. But yeah, now he needs to find his team, his reality, where to grow and become a Serie A player. He needs playing time. So hopefully he can find a bit more minutes at Monza. It's not a bad move. Monza is a good team, plays good football, positive football. So Definitely is a good move for him. But he should have gone and do an entire season in Serie B like 2 years ago or something like that.
Mm.
That would have
You
helped
know,
him.
yeah, I actually disagreed with you when you used to say that, because you've been saying that for a long time. But having seen how his career has gone in Serie A, I've been starting to think the same. He needs to play on a regular basis. He can't be sitting on a bench every single game for especially in this period of his years. Like, these are essential. Like, right now, he needs to be playing. And if you look at a lot of the Juve players that right now are playing at Juve,
Yeah,
they're coming from Serie B. They're coming from
exactly.
Serie B. So yeah, I think you're right about that. Actually, I think he should Serie B should have been where he should have gone. Okay, let's check out why Pioli likes
Roy,
this.
I want
Yes.
to say something. First of all, I'm really happy that Chunk has a good job.
Okay.
And I was just joking, by the way. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm happy that he has a good job. That's important in life.
Okay. Good. Good. Yeah. Yeah. Chunk is a part-time scout. Also, like, he knows every single player in the world.
I
Um,
mean, if he has the time to check all the kids that play football, he definitely has a good job.
a remote job, maybe.
Yeah, man.
Are you because of your COVID right now? Are you working at home, or what? How's that? What's going on with that?
Oh, I got like a 2 days sick because
Okay.
we get paid even if we get sick in Europe.
But
Yeah.
COVID has these procedures, these protocols, like 2 weeks.
No, not anymore. You can do whatever you want. It's
Oh,
not.
really? So all
Yeah.
of a sudden, COVID doesn't matter anymore? What the fuck?
No, man, because who had to die already died. So
Ah,
the
okay,
end of the
okay.
story.
So okay, I got you. So they're done with that. Okay, all right. So this is Goodmanson. This is the guy that Pioli says is the breakout star of Serie A.
He is good. He has that quality.
So he seems to be an attacking midfielder. He's collecting the ball right on the final. Ooh, wow, on the final third right
I
there.
think it's the one I was telling you, man. That I was when you said is the I think it's the one that I saw the second game Bologna played against. I don't know who that it impresses me a lot. When you told me about the striker, I thought you were talking about this guy.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
He is
Oh
really
wait.
technical.
No way. Is this the nephew of one of the, because Milan had, before the three Dutch maestros, they had the three Swedish dudes that helped Milan win a few Scudettis. So are you saying he's nephew of one of those three players? One of those guys?
Dude, this guy is really good. I swear to God, I saw him 20 minutes, the second game of Serie A. I think he didn't play against us. I don't remember. But I saw him and he impresses me a lot. I think this guy is amazing.
Hmm.
We Whoever buys him is gonna make a great deal. He's a future star.
Bologna this year it's kind of hit the jackpot on some of these players. They're going to make a lot of money with Xerxe, with this guy. There's even the Scottish guy that is making some headway, Ferguson, whatever his name is. So
This
yeah,
guy is a
Bologna.
star. How much Bologna is asking for him? A lot, probably.
I don't know. I don't know. I haven't seen any clubs that have been linked that he's been linked with. I haven't. I just know that Pioli. I just saw this article right now that said that Pioli thinks he's a breakout player of the season. So obviously Pioli has been looking at this guy and saying, "Damn, this guy's good." Probably says that if you ask Pioli, who would you want to bring to Milan, he'd probably say this dude.
Dude, this guy is amazing. Look at his pass, man.
Goodmanson is at Genoa, no Bologna. Oh, sorry, Genoa. Genoa. Okay, so it is Genoa.
He's general. But he's good, man. He's really good.
Man, Genoa and Bologna look exactly the same. I
No,
don't think he's one of the. Okay, go ahead.
go. Sorry, man.
No. I was just going to read Chunk's thing about the Swedes.
Oh, go for it. Go for it.
I don't think he's one of the three Swedes. Nordahl, one of the legendary ones, but maybe he's contemporary to them. I don't know. We had three Swedish players. Nordahl. I can't remember the other two guys. I cannot remember the other two guys.
Probably one of them was his grandfather.
I mean, other Swedish players that we had, we didn't have many Swedish players aside from Ibrahimovic. Whatever Swedish players can you remember that we had that could be his grandfather?
Dude, this guy is so good, but I can't believe this guy does things like this in Serie A.
So he's what position does he play? Let me check.
I think he plays on both wings, and he can play as a number 10 as well.
Gudmundsson. Johan Berg Gudmundsson. So he's an attacking midfielder, plays for Genoa, 1997. He is 26 years old, born in Iceland. Oh, no. This guy he's not Swedish, my man. He's Icelandic. Okay, so he's not Swedish. He's Icelandic. He's played in the Iceland team U16, U17, U19, U21. So maybe I thought he was, I don't know, for some reason I thought he was Swedish. I don't think that's what Chunk was saying, that he's Swedish either. Or you did say that, Chunk.
He is good. Anyway, he is good.
His grandfather played for Milan. Okay. So, yeah, he's played for Iceland U16, U17, U19, U21, and the national team. Okay, breakout star player. Breakout star player, guys. There you go. Yeah, look at that. Look at those haircuts, Lard. Do you want a haircut like that?
Dude, I'll pay for YouTube. I don't want to watch ads anymore.
Okay. I have another account where I actually pay for YouTube, but not the RossonARI TV account. But I have another account that's because this is the RossonARI TV account. All right, not bad.
This guy is good, man. What is his price? What they're asking?
Let me see. I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen any other teams being linked to him. I really don't know. Let me see. Let me just.
This guy is amazing.
So Di Marzio claiming Moncada. Okay, this was January 5th, not too long ago. Di Marzio claiming Moncada is at Bologna January towards Zirkzee and Gudmundsson, who scored a few minutes ago. Let's see if there's any. Un oggettivo per descrivere la stagione. Okay. I don't see any Aberkins. Moncada. Okay, so the links are Milan.
Man, can you imagine how happy is Moncada now that he can actually pick whatever players he can?
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
He doesn't. Moncada doesn't care about the growth decree. He doesn't
exactly.
He can actually finally do his job now.
Exactly. He doesn't need to check the salaries and the nationality.
Right. The Moneyball algorithm has deleted the growth decree stipulation, which is good. The profiles, yeah. Okay, so he's been linked to us. There you go. There you go, guys. Obviously, it makes sense if Pioli says that this is the star breakout player for him. It makes sense that he's been linked to us. So there you go. Oh, what is this, Lard?
It used to be the Prime Minister of Albania a long time ago.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Let's go to comments. Let's see what the comments say. Hey, do you guys think? Oh wait, let me send a link to Antonio. He went to the link. Hey, do you guys think the young Real Madrid loanee kid playing in? Oh, this is a great subject. I want to talk about this subject. This is a great subject. Thanks for bringing it up. Hey, do you guys think the young Real Madrid loanee kid playing in Teo's position as a cambio after Florenzi will stay, or are we resting him for Real like Brahim? Okay, Lard, I want you to talk about him first if you have any opinions about him, but because I have some strong opinions about this player. And I'm glad you brought it up because I wanted to talk about him. All right, Jimenez. What do you think, Laird? What are your opinions on Jimenez? What have you seen? What are you
Um,
thinking?
he's a good player. Um, has nothing to do with Florenzi. Florenzi is the backup of Calabria.
Well, hold on. He was Empoli. He got Florenzi got. What he's saying is just trying to describe who it is. Florenzi got an injury, and they brought him Jimenez. That is what he said.
Yeah, I mean, in the future, let's say we keep him, he will be Teo's backup, and Florenzi will just play on the right as a Calabria backup, or vice versa, whatever. So I see Milan going for it, and I think we already bought him. We paid 5 million. I think Real Madrid has the right to buy him back or something like that. I don't know what the deal is. We definitely gotta go for him and sign him. I don't know though. He's a good player. I will sign him. And going back to Brahim, if Maldini will stay, probably we will buy Brahim for 20 million. That's my opinion. My honest opinion.
Okay, all right. My opinion on him is a little bit controversial. So, guys, be prepared. Be prepared for this because I'm going to bring in some controversy. So, obviously, the first time I saw him play, well, obviously, this summer I remember checking his highlights. I was pretty impressed. But then I saw him play um, with the Primavera, and to me, when I saw him play for the Primavera, he seemed like a player that should not be playing for the Primavera. He should already be playing for a team in Serie A. Like he's got the speed of Serie A players. He's got the intensity of Serie A players. And we see him right now. This is against Empoli. This is the game he played against Empoli. You can see he's ready for Serie A. You can even argue he's ready for a team like AC Milan as a backup or as a rotational player. I don't want him at Milan. Having said that, I don't want him at Milan because I do not want to be Real Madrid's bitch. I'm going to be controversial. I don't want these situations where we develop these players for Real Madrid. I would love him to be a Milan player because I think he's great and I think he'd be awesome to have him and Theo Hervel. Real Madrid is going to get them back, and I think Real Madrid is trying to negotiate a clause of a 10 million buyback. I mean, that is chump change for Real Madrid. 10 million for Real Madrid is nothing. They spend 100 million for midfielders. Love him to be at AC Milan, but I hate the deal. Therefore, I think we're wasting our time with him. We should develop players that are ours, that don't have these silly buyback clauses. So I am against this operation, even though I will love him to be an AC Milan player. I just don't want another Brahim Diaz kind of scenario. It's just going to be another heartbreak where this guy is going to be with Milan for 2 years, kick ass, and then all of a sudden here comes Real Madrid looking for a fullback. Oh, okay, I can just pay him 20 million, 10 million. He's back at Real Madrid. What's the point? Now, if we actually buy him for real, and then maybe we sell him for 50, 60, 70 million, because that's probably what he's going to be worth, it makes sense. But what is the point of being Real Madrid's garage, where they park their luxury cars and we work on them, make them a little bit better, and then when they're ready to drive on the freeway, Real Madrid comes and swoops them back in. I don't like that. What are your thoughts on that, Laird? What are your thoughts on that specifically?
Well, I don't think we're gonna do a deal like this though. We're gonna go and buy him for real. I don't
Well,
think we
right now, this is what they're reporting, though, that the Real Madrid wants to have a buyback clause. Real Madrid already has a buyback clause on him, by the way. It's a loan deal so far, but they're already talking about buyback clauses around 5 million and 10 million. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's a joke. What I will accept a 20 million buyback clause if you really want to do a favor to both of us, to the player and to Real Madrid, because maybe the player is like, I would like to have the option to go back to Real Madrid if the chance is there. So you can do that. You can have a buyback option of at least 20 million, but not 10 million. 10 million is nothing.
yeah, and I agree. And I like it's going to be those scenarios where this guy's going to kick ass, Milanista, grande, he's going to be amazing. And then once he becomes a top level player, he goes back to Real Madrid. Like, why are we getting ourselves in these kind of situations? What is the point of this operation to begin with? first of all.
Well, they didn't realize it would turn up so good. I think they got him just to improve the Primavera, and he actually turned out to be extremely good. He was not on the plan to play this season for the first team.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. So let me do this. Let me end the poll right now. So we have a poll. Do you think Leao is going to be closer to CR7 or Mo Salah? 30% said CR7. 70% said he's going to be more similar to Mo Salah. I'm going to put another poll in. I'm going to ask, according to the current contractual agreements, should Milan keep Jimenez? Let me know what you guys think in chat. Yes or no. Let's put this poll here. And I'm going to get Antonio in a second. According to the current contractual agreements, should Milan keep Jimenez? Let me know in chat, guys, what you think about Jimenez. I think we all agree that Jimenez is awesome, and we would all love him to be at Milan. I think we can all agree on that. But the contract situation, are we guys happy with that? Should we develop Primavera players that actually belong to the club, or should we develop players that are half here, half there? So, guys, let me know what you think in the polls or in the chat, because I'm very curious to know what Milan fans think about this one. All right, give me a second, and let me just send a link to Antonio. Let me see. Are you going to be available for the watch along tomorrow night?
No, I don't think so. What time is the game?
What time do I think it's at 12 p.m. here? So it's
Evening.
9. I think it's 9 for you.
Let's see how I feel.
Yeah, you should if you can join.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear.
Yeah, I put my AirPods. I'll be back in 2 minutes. Just give me a second.
All right, go ahead. Okay, I'm just getting the link to Antonio. Antonio just got the link. All right, let's go to chat. So yeah, let me know, guys. What do you think about this Jimenez situation? As I said, he's great. He looks awesome. I think we all look at this guy and we're like, damn, this guy's really good. But are we really happy with this Real Madrid situation that we have to accept? Can you guys tell he's got that progressive run where he went through 3 Empoli players right after he was subbed? Yeah, listen, nobody is discussing his qualities or his abilities. Nobody is discussing that. But either Milan actually buy him without these silly buyback clauses, or we just focus on Bartesaghi, right? Just develop Bartesaghi or whoever other players that Milan has. I just feel like these kind of contracts lowers our status as a club. Like, it definitely puts Real Madrid above us. Why do that? Why be in that kind of position? Keep him. He dribbles like Salamakers. He does look like Salamakers physically. Fulani masterclass getting scammed by Real Madrid. If the contract terms don't change, then no, let's not develop him. Yeah, like that's how I feel about this. And it's a shame because I think the guy is ready to play at Milan as a first team player, like already. Like tomorrow, we're playing a huge game against Atalanta. That's a big game for him. I think he's going to be ready for that game. Like, I think he's going to play well. Speaking of the Paul, I'd say of now he's going more towards Dembele.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Kind of underwater.
Oh, weird.
Are you taking a whiz?
No, man, I'm drinking tap water.
Okay.
I'm still underwater. All the same.
No, it's better. It's 10 minutes.
I think because I was far from my laptop.
Yeah, so this is the thing. Jimenez stays with us 2 or 3 years, then he goes to Real Madrid. Like, that sucks, guys. What? Why?
Because we're not that club we think we are.
All right, guys, keep on voting. Let me know what you think. Let's keep that poll up for another 10 minutes. And then Let's get Antonio here. And let's see what he's got to say. All right. Let's see if there's any other topics that we might have missed. As tomorrow we are going to do a watch along. So join us for the watch along and the post match. And soon we're going to also do debates, because there's a few arguments I want to bring up. And we're going to have debates lives.
Who's gonna debate with us, man?
Whoever wants to debate, whoever has the courage to come and debate.
No one has enough balls to debate against us, man.
That's right.
The internet, there is not enough balls. Even Lucas, man, says some predictions at the beginning of the season, understands that he gets them wrong, and disappears for the full season.
That's right. He's gone. Where is Lucas?
Where is Rocco? Where is Lucas? Where are these people, man? You're hiding.
Where is Rocco? That's right.
Who the fuck is gonna debate against us, man?
I'm going to do a live. We're going to do a live one of these days. Where if you disagree, if you think that the management is good, if you think that the decreto crescita is good, if you think the summer market was good, if you think that whatever, we'll figure out. Come on the live, debate it. Let's have a good debate. It will be fun. All right, so Larry, I think we spoke about everything today, my man. Like, I don't know if there's anything left, but I think we spoke. Oh, okay, let's do this one. Let's talk about this one. We haven't spoken about this one. Krunic. What the fuck is going on with Krunic? This guy wants to get the hell out of AC Milan. I don't know what happened with Krunic. So, Pioli said something that I haven't heard an AC Milan coach say in a long time. He said Krunic might as well leave for his own good because he's not performing nor in training nor in the games. Like, that is a complete separation. That is a divorce right there. So what the hell happened with Krunic? I think he wanted to leave during the summer because Fenerbahce was giving him a good offer and he wants to go there and make the money. Obviously, at the time, he was not. Krunic has never been a Decreto Crescita player, so maybe he couldn't get the benefits of the Decreto Crescita, of the growth decree. Milan has offered him a contract that he didn't like, so he wants to go. He wants to go. What are your opinions on this situation, Larry?
Makes sense. I mean, can you hear me? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he wanted to leave in the summer. We didn't let him go because we needed midfielder for Champions League and all the competition. Now that we realize that he's not performing because he's kind of upset, we want him out, which makes sense. But we lost. We're gonna lose some money because he had a different price in the summer. I think now he will have another price, or I don't know, or maybe Pioli is upset with him because he's not training at the level he hoped. He's not performing at the level he hoped. So, and that says a lot to the people that were saying, "Oh, Pioli loves Krunic. He plays Krunic every time." Clearly, Pioli plays people that perform. If he's not performing, he's not gonna play you. So I don't know, but it's normal. He doesn't want to stay at Milan anymore. It's clear.
Yeah, I've never heard an AC Milan coach be so direct regarding players like that before, especially Pioli. Pioli, who is a hippie pretty much. So interesting. So it looks like Krunic is on his way out, which means Milan has to go on the market for a defensive midfielder because that was the role that he was playing. And that's what we need more than bread. We need a defensive midfielder. Okay, Orlando Souza asks, Roy, do you think Traore will be a starter soon? I think he has the potential to be a starter. I mean, he's 19. Soon he's going to be 20. I think by the age of 20, 21, 22, he should be able to be a starter or something close to being a starter. Something close. You didn't see his goal, huh, Larry?
No, I didn't see his goal, but looking at his performances, or at least the fact that he can play at this level, I would have preferred him instead of Okafor in that position.
Yeah, it was a good goal. So he came in right after he came in for Leao, and I think someone else commented it earlier. So Leao, 80 minutes, could not score a goal. He did get an assist. Here comes Traore, 4 minutes, he scores. Now, it was good. It was a good play because Traore, it's pretty much a 1-2 Traore does. Traore wins the ball back, like sort of a defensive clearance that lands in the feet of Pulisic. And then Pulisic brings it up on the field. Good play from Pulisic, squares it to Traore, who is following him without breaking the offside line. And then Traore finds the bottom corner to the other side of the goalkeeper. So it was a good goal, good play all around. And again, it was a ball that Traore wins as a defensive clearance. So it was good play from Traore. All right, so another question. Do you rate Leao higher than Chiesa? In some senses, yes, some senses, no. As far as Leao's dribbling ability um, to take on players, I think there's not many players like Leao in the world. I think he is one of the best in the world at doing that. His short burst is really impressive, and Leao is doing pretty well as far as numbers goes. As far as overall player, Chiesa is, especially as far as work rate, is like night and day. Chiesa works his ass off in defense, in the midfield, in offense. Chiesa is always trouble. So Chiesa is probably more of the kind of player that a coach would prefer, right? If they had a choice, I think. But because he works his ass off, he sacrifices himself for the team. I don't think there's a big difference between the players. Maybe Leao right now, being a player that gets more numbers, makes him more valuable as far as that. But overall, if I were to uh, compare the players, Chiesa is better as far as work rate, and quality wise, they're not that much different. But as far as Leao's major ability, his short burst into space, we're talking about maybe top 3, top 4, top 5 in the world, right? And but if Leao had Chiesa's work rate, Leao would be like Cristiano Ronaldo. He'd be that level. Yeah, and Chiesa probably has a better technique, maybe in passing and maybe in shooting. I mean, many players probably have better technique than Leao in shooting, right, or in passing. It's not Leao. It's not Leao's strength. Leao's strength is his ability to take on players when he has space, and Leao is going to go down the line, square it back in. But most of the time, Leao is destroying satellites. Leao really needs to improve his game. There's no doubt about that. He definitely needs to improve his game. Um, but yeah, I mean, they're two great players. Imagine having Leao and Chiesa on the same team. Leao on the left and Chiesa on the right. Chiesa would do all the dirty work that Leao doesn't do, and plus bring in the quality. It would be incredible. It would be incredible. Good composure by Troy. Yeah, I agree. Definitely. 100%. 100%. Okay. Okay. Let's see if there's any other topics that we missed. Oh, look at this. I guess this is all the ones that we covered. Signing Gurasi, guys, interesting player that we have been linked to. Those links are dying off. He's at AFCON right now and he's injured. So watch out for that. And I think we spoke about everything today. I think we spoke about everything. Anything else you want to add, Laird?
No, man. I think we talked about almost everything we had to talk. I agree with you in terms of Chiesa Leao. I think Leao has more talent and his ceilings are higher, but he does not have the focus on the mentality and the work rate Chiesa has, uh, which it makes sense. When you have a lot of talent, most of the time you put less effort and less work. Exceptions are rare. That's how I would say.
Yeah, yeah. So let's see. Chunk thinks Chiesa has overall better ball striking ability and close control, and he has much better work rate. But open space, Leao is not even inferior to Mbappe, in my opinion. Yeah, open space, guys. Leao has to be one of the best in the world. Has to be. He has to be elite, pure elite. There's no point of having amazing dribbling technique if you suck at passing and shooting. Edison has been very anti-Leao, I've noticed. Bartesaghi to Monza. Yeah, this is it official? But to Monza, that's not bad. Bartesaghi to Monza is a good loan move. Let me see if let me see if we have more information on that. I did see that Bartesaghi is being linked to some loan deals. Bartesaghi to Monza, it's not a bad deal. If Milan is going to pursue Jimenez on the left, you might as well send Bartesaghi on a loan deal if there are teams asking for him. It can only but be a good experience for him. Of course, only if he plays. Bartesaghi, Monza, let's see. Good or bad idea to let Bartesaghi leave on loan for Monza? Milan Post ask. There are 51 messages. This was from yesterday, January 8th. Bad, we need him. Good if he plays consistently. I don't see why he cannot stay. Florenzi has 1 year tops. Well, I think if Milan is considering sending out Bartesaghi to Monza is because of Jimenez, that he's kind of taking that role. Lard, what are your opinions on this one? Do you think it's a good idea to send him out on loan?
Yeah. If you have Jimenez and he's ready to play for the first team, I will send him on loan. Absolutely, so he can play. I can get a Serie A experience of anyway football experience as soon as possible, and maybe be ready for the next year. In case Jimenez goes back to Real Madrid and we don't keep him or we don't strike the deal we like, at least we have Bartesaghi or we have an option for next year. That's what I would say.
Yeah, it seems like the comments here, nobody mentions. Oh, here it is. Is it a really good idea because actually he seems less ready to play in Milan instead of Jimenez? Seems Chazoroli, he needs to grow a little bit playing. I don't necessarily agree with that, but yeah, the Jimenez factor is there. Most people say no. Most people here on this thread are saying most of them are saying they would like him to stay. Some people say it's a good idea. Low, not sell. Secondo me un bene. Should be a center, blah, blah, blah. Okay. But it is nice that we get to talk about these Primavera players emerging. Daniele Longo, Bartesaghi al Monza non è ancora chiusa, ma si farà più avanti. So it's not yet a done deal, but it might happen further ahead. Oh, Fabrizio Romano. Monza have asked AC Milan for Italian talented fullback Davide Bartesaghi on loan until June. AC Milan are still very happy with Alex Jimenez's performance. He's on loan with buy option clause from Real Madrid. It could be triggered this summer. Ok. Avete parlato di Buongiorno del Torino? Sì, abbiamo parlato di Buongiorno del Torino. Ci piace come giocatore. Secondo me, se dovessimo prenderlo, sarebbe una buona operazione. Anche secondo lei. He kind of look. Buongiorno. We've spoken about Buongiorno. He is similar to Botman. He's got that tactical style. Good with his feet. We need to find a satellite like what Frosinone is for Juve. Una succursale where they're guaranteed to play consistently at a high level. Yeah, I mean, maybe Monza can be that player, Chunk. I mean, that team, Chunk. Maybe Monza can be that team. Any ideas who will come in for Krunic? I've been hearing Luca Torreira. Larry, haven't you said that we should get Luca Torreira in the past? Haven't you mentioned this name before?
I don't know where he's playing.
Isn't this guy the Tottenham player, Luca Torreira, or am I wrong?
I don't think so.
Yeah, not familiar with him. Luca Torreira. What team does he play with? Orlando? Yeah, Monza can be the satellite team. All right, I'm going to wait 5 more minutes for Antonio. If Antonio doesn't join, then Cairo uno stronzo vuole tanti soldi, non lo molla. Yeah, this is the issue with Cairo. Sorry, Light, there's some weird noise coming from your mic.
I'm cutting some onion. Sorry, I'm cooking something.
Oh, yeah.
I had some mushrooms, but I don't think they're expired 4 days, so I'm not gonna risk it.
Oh, no, that's fine. That's fine.
Do you think? Oh shit! I throw them on anyway.
Well, how long have they been in the fridge?
4 days.
Oh, that's it. That's fine. That's not a problem.
Yeah, but the expiring date says 5 of January, and it's 9. So I didn't want to risk it. So I'm gonna mute myself. Sorry.
All right. Anyway, we're gonna go on just for a few more minutes here. Cairo uno stronzo, vuole tanti soldi, non lo molla. Cairo is a piece of shit. He wants a lot of money. He's not going to let him go. Guys, Cairo is terrible for the Serie A. This guy is freaking trapping young prospects into Torino, and he's destroying the career of young prospects. I don't like Cairo at all. I hope that he will. I know he has kind of said that he's been wrong about that kind of stuff, but hopefully he will let his prospects go. I think Buongiorno could be a very good deal for whoever gets it. Okay, he's in Turkey. All right. Galatasaray, small Uruguayan player. You forgot about him, I guess. The name is familiar. Wasn't Torreira a Fiorentina player? Torreira, former Fiorentina player. Yeah, I'm pretty sure if I see him. Let me just Google him. I'll tell you right away. Lucas Torreira. 27 years old. A Galatasaray. I does not look familiar. I cannot remember. Does not look familiar. All right, guys. Anyway, looks like I gave Antonio the link. His time has expired. I can't wait for him forever. So, guys, I think we spoke about everything today. We did 3 hours. That is more than enough. A lot of good topics, a lot of interesting topics. Tomorrow, we're going to play against Atalanta. That's going to be a fun game to watch. I don't think I care who wins tomorrow, but of course, if Milan wins, good. And so, yeah, watch along tomorrow. I'm sure Nathan is going to be with us. Antonio is going to be with us. Hopefully, Laird is going to be with us.
I don't want Antonio in the live, man. He's a pussy. Every time he says he wants to join a live and he doesn't, he should not be allowed in the next one.
Yeah, it's like a red card.
Yeah, he's a pussy.
CDK hat trick tomorrow. Dude, Laird. Okay, let's close on this. CDK, Laird. 5 goals, 6 assists. What? Those are Pulisic numbers. Where did this come from? What's happening? What is your explanation?
Just less pressure. Atalanta, there is less pressure. He plays a lot of games, not being exceptional, but still, And there is no competition. I think Scamacca has been injured. Muriel is always half injured, and anyway, Gasperini doesn't play him a lot from the beginning. So, not being any competition, it's easy to find some playing time, I would say. And I think there is a motivation as well to redeem yourself after a failing season. You just want to do better.
Yeah.
So I think that is as well. But yeah, I don't think there's anything special there. Still a lot to work.
Let me pose this challenge, right? Right. What if it's just experience? Second year in Serie A, now you kind of get it. Now you kind of know it. Now you kind of understand it. You've absorbed all the information from your first year. What if that is also a big part of it?
Well, for sure. I mean, we never deny the fact the guy has talent. So for sure it's that has a big part to play. And maybe it was too early. The move to AC Milan was too early as well. He didn't have the personality to make such a big move from Club Brugge to AC Milan. But I would say, yeah, he's a player that needs to gather a lot of experience before moving to a big team. He's not a guy that should move on a big team at the age of 21. He should move on a big team at the age of 25. Maybe it's that, yeah.
What if it would have been the inverse? First go to Atalanta, play 1 or 2 seasons in Atalanta, then come to Milan. Do you think
It wouldn't make sense, yeah.
It would have worked better for him, huh?
Yeah, probably. Or, I don't know, sometimes it's the type of football we play is not the right one. Maybe it's not for him. Atalanta plays maybe a different type of football.
Yeah.
Well.
The coach has a big part in it because obviously he's not this kind of attack. He pretty much. It was such a bad mistake. They got him and they asked him to do what Loftus-Cheek is pretty much doing for us right now. He's not that kind of player. He's not that kind of player. He's a false nine. He's a false nine. He needs to be up there as an attacker, and he gets the numbers. He's got 5 goals, 6 assists. So that kind of tells you what you need to know. He's an attacker. He's not a box to box midfielder that contains and challenges and blah blah blah. He needs to be close to the goal. That's where his best football is. All right, Lart. Any last words?
No, it's done, man. We said everything today. I think we said enough for the entire month. Yeah. You're welcome, guys.
Guys, remember to click the like button, do all that good stuff. Yeah, tomorrow we're going to have a watch along. So join us tomorrow. And thank you everybody for being here. I think we're done for today. We've spoken about all the topics. Watch out for another Milan news coming up later in the week. And we will see you tomorrow. All right, Lart. Get better, my man.
Yeah, man. I'll try my best. Let's see.
Vitamin C, onions. You got it.
I'm getting onions and sausages. I'm cooking some good pasta here.
Nice. There you go. All right, guys. Everybody, thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time. We will see you tomorrow. Forza Milan. Till the next one. Peace out. Bye.
Forza Milan.